That's good.
All right. Shalawam.
Shalawam.
Hey, GMS, Louisiana Saints. All right, coming at you with a quick camp video. Before we get started, we'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto
YAHAWAH, bahasham.
double honors to the apostles and elders of great Millstone. All right, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, and as you brothers know, we got this so-called holiday, this holiday coming up Monday. All right, a lot of you so-called white people, you Edomites, all right, are looking forward to bringing out your barbecue grills, all right, your watermelon, okay, your beers and shit. Hey, but really, when you look at it, what is there to remember? Your nation is remembering the wickedness that they bestowed upon the face of the earth, right? They slaughtered you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, man. Not Americans, Native Americans, you know? They got slaughtered. That's nothing to be remembered about, right? So you shouldn't be in the spirit of celebrating this goddamn devil's holidays. Hey, we're gonna have a Memorial Day coming up, all right? Yeah, right? You want to say something? No, I'm agreeing with you, bro. Hey, our Memorial Day is gonna be when this goddamn wicked ass kingdom is over with.
Right.
All right? Let's. What that is? That Con, go ahead, get that, and we're gonna get this from the brother. Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14. It says, "Therefore, behold, the days come, said Yahawah, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north."
That's right. I'm gonna speak on that, man. Okay, when the Lord delivered, all right, our people, all right, the Israelites, okay, from Egypt, that was a known thing around the earth, all right. The Lord stamped His name with that act, that very act alone, man. You want to say something?
Well, if I can add to you, you know, that first Exodus is it's pretty much the highest high holiday. It's like the Passover, the Pesach. That's like something that we rehearse until this day.
That's right.
So when it comes again that the Lord delivers us out of this land of the north, it's gonna be a new high holy day in the kingdom, man.
Right.
It's gonna be a new Memorial Day.
Go ahead. And look, man, Lamb backing off with the two brothers, man. The first covenant didn't come until we came out of Egypt. Okay?
That's right.
It didn't come until we came out of Egypt. And this second covenant is gonna come after we come out of Egypt. What? Again. That's right. You see? Hey, so keep going. Go ahead.
Time. Back in Jeremiah 16 and 15, I'm gonna read it from the top again.
Yep.
It says, "But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither He had driven them."
That's right. All right, so all of Israel that was scattered abroad, okay, the Lord's gonna gather all this elect from the four corners of the earth. All right. Hey, and that is gonna really set the tone for the earth. The Lord is coming back to set the tone in the earth, man. All right. The Lord is showing why He's not to be fucked with. Okay. And that's gonna be a great day for us. That's our Memorial Day. All right. We're gonna remember the very act of mercy that the Lord bestowed upon us. Abaratazah, we are of that number, man. All right. You got a little bit more?
It's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
It says, "And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers."
That's right. We going back to Israel, man. All right, Jerusalem. That's where we going back. Okay? That's our homeland. This is not your homeland. All right? Where those funky ass Africans at? Those Hamites? That's not your homeland, Jake. You're not African. All right? You're an Israelite. That's going to you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, so-called. You're not none of these bywords, these proverbs that this devil has given you. All right? Bring that out, brother. About the shot.
Start at 42.
Yeah. Bring it all the way down.
God. This is second Ezra chapter 2, verse 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number.
The elect, that innumerable multitude. Go ahead.
It says, and they all praise the Lord Yahweh with songs.
This new song, all right? This refreshed song that we're singing in the earth today, right? This gospel, okay? Go on.
Verse 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest.
And who is that? YAHAWASHI, man. All right, go on.
And it says, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
That's right. So this is a description. All right, Ezra was getting a vision, all right, by the angel Uriel, okay, of the elect getting crowned, all right, the highest of reward you can ever receive, man. Okay, the elect getting crowned by Yahawashi. Go ahead.
Says, verse 44, so I asked the angel and said, sir, what are these?
That's right. What did it say? He marveled greatly at them. He was blown away. He was taken away by the sheer sight of the elect, man. Getting crowned by Yahawashi. Go ahead.
It says, verse 45, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal.
That's right.
And have confessed the name of Yahweh, now are they crowned and receive palms.
So what's going? Hey, and you see it, all right, when this devil go to war with these other countries and those veterans come back and they get those medals, all right, those medals put on them. This is Yahawashi, all right, putting his medals, his crown, okay, on his men. They fought valiantly, all right, in the valley of the shadow of death. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 46, then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them?
That's
and
right.
giveth them palms in their hands? Verse 47, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord Yahweh, bahasham Yahawashi.
All right. Hey, and that's the what do you say, like reception of the elect, man. Okay.
What reception?
Yes, that's right, brother. The elect getting crowned. Okay. The Lord is crowning them according to what they did, man. And it said what? They stood so stiffly. All right. They didn't bow down to this goddamn devil, man. All right. You gotta understand what you're a part of, man. That's the greatest achievement an Israelite can ever do. What is being described right here, man. Standing stiffly for the Lord. All right.
So,
Well,
this is Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy,
yourself at what?
a living sacrifice.
That's right, man. Coming out here on the highways and byways, all right, preaching the word, man. Putting this truth first. Everything else in your life should be, you should put the truth in the middle and surround everything else, all right, with that, man. This comes first, all right, before anything. This should be at the forefront of your mind 100% of the time, man. This is what we are allowed to do. You ain't allowed to bullshit and go down to Bourbon, all right? Go to Harris and shit. Man, we're allowed to do this work, all right? Especially if you're an Israelite man. Go ahead.
It says back in Romans 12:1, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahawashi, which is your reasonable service.
Separate, all right? That word holy goes into being separate. You are separate from this world, man. All right? It said what?
It says, Yahweh, I'm going to start from the top.
Go.
Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice,
That's right.
holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, which is your reasonable service.
That's right, man. It's your reasonable service. And it's funny because we just went into a lesson last week going into the mercy, all right, that the Lord has given us. All right? Like I said, you're not allowed to be bullshitting. The Lord ain't give you mercy to go and fuck off. You're supposed to be doing this work, man. Yeah. Come. Hey, anybody want to bring out a
Hey, I got a precept, but I like for a brother before I bring this one out to get Jeremiah the 10th chapter from the top.
Yeah, I got it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahawah spake unto you, O house of Israel.
So this word that the Lord is speaking is not for everybody. All right, it's a certified letter, and it has a certain recipient that he's talking to. He's not talking to everybody. This does not apply to everybody. This is not universal. Okay. What he say? What the youngsters like to say nowadays? He added you. Yeah. Okay. So-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, learn not the way of the heathen.
Now, what holiday coming up, brother? Memorial Day. Holiday. That's not something that we are supposed to subscribe to. Okay. How can you subscribe and participate into something that your captors hold high? That doesn't apply to you and your nation.
If I could say, hey, these Edomites, they in their right spirit to bring out the ballpark franks, all right? Their baby back ribs and their chicken and shit, shish kebabs. Hey, they in the right spirit. Let's remember how we took down these tribes, man.
Let's what?
Let's remember.
That's the key word. Right? We're gonna come back to that.
Let's remember how we all right, put the earth into subjection, all right? By different wars, man. They in their right state of mind.
You say put the earth into what up?
Subjection.
That's right. Hey, real quick, one of y'all brothers, give me to back this brother up. Give me 2nd Ezra 11 and 6.
Yeah, because hey, we gonna do the same thing.
They ain't that right, man?
Yeah, they're ruling contrary to popular belief. Cause Jake don't consider the position that these Edomites are in. They're ruling, right? They supposed to be doing this, right? Okay. Of course, it's a way that you do things. They just taking the wrong way. But when you're in a top, and nobody can't tell you what the fuck to do, you know. So they see the law made them wicked, and they're doing wickedly. Yeah, hey, y'all better look at your cars and shit. You know, he's doing right, man.
Right. He's doing his thing. What's going into it? It's just time to rule. It's his ball right now. It's his court. So everybody like, well, damn, it must be the right thing. You know, you got all this riches, wealth, power. You know, so we're gonna do what fucking Esau doing. You know.
Yeah, and Jake gotta understand, man. Where we stand as a people, you don't get off into that shit, man. You know, you don't go celebrating that shit. You're not at the top like the brother said earlier. You know, we're not taking part of their wealth and riches that they gained from putting the earth in subjection. So what do you celebrate? You know, you don't get no percentage of their toils. That's right. Reward, the spoils. At the most, that's what you get. A day off of slavery, man. That's it. And your day off of slavery, you're still a slave. And just to back the brother up, going into how they got this world into subjection. Bring it up, brother.
All right. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 11. Second Ezra chapter 11, verse 6. And I saw that all things under heaven were subject unto her, and no man spake against her, no, not one creature upon earth.
Now who is that her? Right? That whore that rided upon that beast, man. On many waters. Come on. America, man. Babylon the Great. That's what that's going into. And it said what? The latter part it said?
It says, and no man spake against her, no, not one creature upon earth.
That's right.
And that was written before the prophets rose up. We speaking against that little bitch. We speaking against that whore that rider for going many waters, man. All right. She has the whole world to subjection. Anywhere she goes, anywhere the so-called white man goes, guess what? They have a place. And people are afraid of them. People will welcome them, but they really don't like them. They're dealing with them out of fear. Okay?
And that's the beauty of this thing that we're a part of, brothers. All right, through the power and spirit of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, the Lord has put that spirit, all right, of prophecy in the earth. Well, all right, it started off with the men who were before us, all right, coming down from the apostles and on down, all right? Hey, now you got different countries that are talking against this goddamn place, man, without any fear. Okay,
Starting with the men of the Lord.
it started with the men of the Lord, all right? The Lord set that trend in the earth, man.
Right? You put that vibration out. And I'm gonna get this one precept, and you got it, brother. And sticking to the topic, going into so-called Memorial Day. Because we don't want to, I didn't even know it was fucking Memorial Day, man. This shit don't mean nothing to us.
Brother.
You heard me? This shit don't mean nothing to us. Watch this. And this is the spirit you have to be in right here moving forward. This is Job 13 and 12. And break it down, huh? Your remembrances are like unto ashes. Your bodies to bodies of clay. Okay? And that's basically going into the things that you hold high and near to your heart, the things that you're supposed to look at and supposed to be esteemed. The Lord look at it as ashes. Like what are ashes?
Blown away, dissipated. It's you rub it in your hand and it's gone. You know, you blow it away and it's gone with the wind, man.
It's not remembered.
That's right. Look at these different ancient men, all right, in this holy scriptures that we read. Those are memorable men. Those are the men you're supposed to remember. All right, the acts of David, the acts of Solomon, all right, the acts of the apostles. Okay, and first and foremost, overall, the acts of Yahawashi, man.
Right. That all couldn't be written in the Bible, man.
That's right. That's what we remember. We don't what? Go ahead, run it.
Yes.
Break it down, huh?
All right. This is Sirach, chapter 44, verse 1. Now, let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begat us.
It said what?
Let us now praise famous men.
You talking about LeBron James? Michael Jordan? Tupac?
It's different
Being sarcastic, man.
war veterans, all right, that these goddamn Edomites hold high esteem. You know, what's that one dude we were talking about him the other day? Kyle, last night. Chris Kyle, the American sniper. You know,
Did he kill himself?
but they killed
somebody that killed.
they set him up and they killed him.
Okay.
You know, he was brought back on American soil and he was supposed to be doing some shit for like the paralyzed to show him how to shoot.
All right.
He was assassinated.
That's what I'm talking about. He was assassinated by another veteran, man.
That's right.
Hey, and at the end of the day, the men of the Lord know that those things are set up. He saw too much and he knew too much.
That's right.
And they didn't trust him. Now, he did all of this work for his kingdom. He did all this work for his people. He put down countless amounts of bodies for his people. But they was like, you saw what happened behind closed doors. You know the secrets. You know the way that we prop this place up is not real. We don't know if we can trust you. Kill him.
You know how it go.
Yeah, y'all got it up.
But that's this goddamn devil, man. You got the goddamn tribes, all right, celebrating his triumph over the earth. You know? All right, Khan. You got a little bit more on that, huh?
I want to read verse 2.
Go ahead.
So Sirach 44, verse 1 again. Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that beget us. Verse 2. The Lord hath wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning.
Great glory, right? Not some goddamn, hey, you go over there overseas like the brother was bringing out and we betray you. The Lord never betrayed none of these men. That's honorable. That's something to remember, okay? And all throughout these generations, the Lord gonna do the same thing again, all right? Deliver these men. Go on.
Matter of fact, if I could just make a point to back you up, because remember that verse that I just read, it was Sirach 44 and 1, right? 144.
144, man.
Okay, so Lord willing, we get that number up to 144,000. We're going to be amongst these praiseless men that's going to be worthy of praise, okay, throughout the earth. You know, being crowned by YAHAWASHI. You got it, huh?
Hey, go ahead. You got it.
Let's just bring out a little article. You just touch base on everything that the brother been going into about the celebration of this Memorial Day. All right, this is the point. It says Memorial Day is meant to honor and remember the men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice and died fighting for our freedom. And while we honor the fallen, it is important to also remember the complexities of grief for those they left behind. All right, so this whole point of them having this Memorial Day is to honor their fallen soldiers. All right, the people who they used to kill you, Jay. All right, starting with you natives. All right, when they came over here with Christopher Cuteball, man. All right, and then from removing us from the western parts of Africa. All right, using their armies. All right, the Gatling guns. All right, this is what they're honoring, man. And you just go and just say, oh, I'm gonna put some on the grill. I'm gonna get a couple slabs, some baby back ribs, you know, just because everybody else doing it. No, man. All right, the scriptures clearly say to learn not the way of the heathen, like the brother brought out in the Jeremiah, man.
That's right.
Yo,
Read your article again.
God. It says Memorial Day is meant to honor and remember the men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice and died fighting for our freedom. And if Salaki, bro, if I can make another point, how did they get their so-called freedom, man? You got it, bro.
This is Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days.
That's right.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
That's right, right.
Verse 22. Though,
Hold on. That's basically going into how this so-called holiday is coming up. The Lord said, I'm not dealing with it. I don't recognize it. I don't know it. All right? And anybody that celebrated, I don't know you. Go ahead,
and also just going into how when they peel up the barbecue grill and throwing some meat on there, abominations, and that smell is going up to the heavens. So the Lord says right here, it's Amos 5:21. I hate and I despise your feast day, and I will not smell your solemn assemblies. Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beasts. All right, that off meat. All right, and also, calling, you got people thinking they doing the bidding of the Most High. All right, who they in call God is Yahawah, who they in call Jesus Christ YAHAWASHI. All right, they thinking they doing it in His case. All right, but it's the Lord is trying to state that He's not with that. He's not dealing with it.
Now, what?
Verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. Verse 24, but let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. So judgment is coming to this planet, all right, to the planet Earth. Judgment is coming down, all right, and if you so-called Negroes and Latinos, and then Americans, you are Israelites according to the scriptures, all right? The Lord said He's going to judge His house first, all right? And then He's all right, and Esau going to get theirs when the nuclear missiles destroy this place. You got it, brother.
And it's funny, brother, you said that, because you're going to have some goddamn Israelite behind the camera watch this video, cut it off, and hey, Monday, going to go strike up the grill and so-called do it for the children.
Yeah.
You're going to have that happen, right? But babe, don't you forget the Lord watching your ass. He going to get your ass, man. All right? All of you niggas. Like I said, he going to start at his house first. And ultimately, you're not remembering, right? The men who signed, cried, not remembering Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, right? You're not turning back to those old paths, right? Wherein you holding that? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 6:16. They'll say Yahawah, stand ye in the ways and see
And as for the old paths, where is the good way?
Good way. You know, the good way, the ways that are profitable unto you. It's profitable for you to turn back and worship Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI. Hey, tell you all them proverbs, all in the scriptures, right? Hey, when you turn back to the Lord, hey, your life is extended, right? You know, the days of your life are extended, man. The dietary laws, it allow you to live better, feel better, okay? Not committing adultery, murder. These things allow you to preserve your life, man. They're not just written for no reason. Those are the things we're supposed to remember. And I was just thinking on it, man. Hey, I'm glad Memorial Day came up. Because in like manner, you know, these people remember the so-called good things that this goddamn devil does, but we're remembering the bad, right? You know, the Lord allowing his men to say, oh, it's Memorial Day, and men go to searching up shit, you know, getting back in that old spirit, like, fuck this goddamn devil, you know? Look at what he's done to our people. That's the spirit you're supposed to have on you, man. Fuck this devil, you know? And of course, we waiting on YAHAWASHI. Hey, before we even lift a finger, we're waiting on YAHAWASHI. So don't get that misconstrued. Yeah, we got that attitude, right? Because that's what you're supposed to have. That, man. You're oppressed. We are oppressed, man. And to swing it back around to the topic, you're not supposed to be celebrating these goddamn holidays, man. You know?
I got a precept to back up what you were just saying. It says Amos 5:14 going into 15. Seek good and not evil.
That's right.
That ye may live. And the brother was just going into how the law is not grievous, man. The law births life. Okay? Wickedness births death.
That's right, man.
No? And so the Lord, the power of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken. Verse 15. Hate the evil. Memorial Day, that's Christmas, birthdays, Easter, election days, Easter, you know, all of these things, because when you look into the origin of them, you see where they come from. But Americans are into the spirit of, hey man, it's tradition. And the scriptures tell you about tradition, especially what? Tradition of men. Tradition of men. You're gonna die. That's right, man. You're gonna die over here in the name of your traditions, man. And we're gonna live in the name of Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI.
Right.
All right. And establish judgment in the gate. What you think we out here doing, man? You think we out here coming out here prophesying for nothing? We're establishing judgment in the gate. We're telling you right from wrong, man. We're telling you how to live. That's everybody that's outside of the truth are babies. They're dead. And the ones that do finally wake up, they're babies and they have to be guided and nurtured with milk. Okay?
Right.
It may be that the Lord power of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. All right. So that's going into basically how Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI's way and the law, all right, because the law is good, the law is perfect, but we are imperfect. Okay, it's gonna lead to life, man. It's gonna lead to life. It tells you don't eat pork, don't smoke cigarettes. It's basically telling you avoid things that lead to death and avoid America, which is what? The culture of death. You got it, brother.
Let me get this one scripture right quick. All right, because we got a lot of it's in Deuteronomy, I believe the 32nd
Shit before you, life and death.
No. It's follow not a multitude
To do evil. To do evil. I got eyes for every brother.
But that's what you got to, man. Half these Israelites, they don't even know what the fuck Memorial Day is, man. They don't even know what that is. They just know Big Mama celebrated it, right? She always had Big Papa on the grill, okay? Cooking up a, yeah. I'm off work. You know? They don't even understand what's being worshipped here, man. These devils serious about Memorial Day. You know? Hey, they looking forward to that the whole year, as well as 4th of July, you know? These are their holy days, right? Wicked holidays, man. Our people have no business celebrating that shit. Go ahead, bring it up.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 2. It says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Say what?
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
That's right. It's not of us to do that, man. You don't follow a multitude to do evil because what? What are they getting led to? What is the multitude, right, of our people getting led to?
Man, selfish.
That's right. Don't follow them, man. Hey, and a quick disclaimer. Yeah, you can go and get you a little plate to eat. You know what I'm saying? Of righteous foods. Yeah, you can go and do that. You know? But you ain't supposed to be all in a spirit of so patriotic spirit and shit.
Put the flags on your car.
Come on, wearing the red, white, and blue and shit.
White, blue, put your army garments on.
You know?
After y'all brothers finish, I got a precept. After everybody get their precept,
I got one.
Kind of, hey, bring them out.
This is the back what you just said, where our people being led to. This second Ezra 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. Yeah, so our people being led to the slaughter right now, man. They didn't put on the ways of Babylon. They worshiping the image of the beast, all right, which is democracy, the so-called white man system. They're worshiping these things, man.
Our people are black goddamn patriots, man.
Yes.
You know? And they don't even know it. Once you, hey, if you're not subscribed, okay, to the true gospel, right, from Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, man, your ass a patriot. I don't care if you with the Pan-African shit, you know, Buddhist, whatever. Man, you a patriot, man. Cause you all for this kingdom being extended. You all for the white man being extended, man. You know, if you're not with this thing here, right, whatever sector you want to be with, of course, we believe we had 100% truth over here at our great Millstone. But if you're not identifying as a Hebrew Israelite and subscribing to the true gospel, man, your ass a patriot. You know?
You don't follow YAHAWASHI, you follow the Satan.
That's right.
You follow the so-called white man because he's the highest power on the earth. So a higher power has to be over him, or else you worship an Esau, man.
That's right.
It's bottom line.
Hey, this brother got a quick one real quick. This is Ecclesiastes, and this is the brother Bayan's precept, but not. This is Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning,
That's right.
than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart.
Hey, and where's the house of mourning? It's right here, man.
Right.
This is we're not in a married spirit. All right. We got men that's fired up over here, ready for this devil to go down. We over here sighing and crying for the abominations done now, man. You know? Motherfuckers in a mirthful spirit, like I say, eating and drinking, you know? As in that, go grab that, brother. As in the days of Noah, man. That's when the Lord gonna come back. When you sitting there feeding your goddamn face, man. We gonna have all the time in the world to sit back and literally, you know, sit back and rejoice and have family time, whatever you want to call it, right? But this is not our time. As it says in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, man. It's a time and place for everything. A time and a season, man.
Time. If I can say, brother, the wicked have a time, but we have a everlasting.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So they just ruling for a short period of time.
a season.
Yes. So we're going to be ruling forever
That's right.
and ever. You got it, brother.
Go ahead. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 38. I started at 37. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So what happened in the days of Noah? All right? The same goddamn thing that we're doing right now. All right? Preaching the word. Okay? the Lord gave Noah a special message to send to whom? Israel. All right? And that's what we're doing right here today. And keep going, it's going to go into it.
Time. It says, verse 38, for as in the days that they were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
So before that destruction came, before the earth was flooded, they were doing what? Eating, drinking, walking up Bourbon, walking up Canal, all right? Down there playing slot machines at Harris, okay? That's what they were doing, all right? In a mirthful spirit. Go ahead. You got more?
If I could add too, you know, you got these senators, all right, these politicians who actually going off grid for Memorial Day. They've been giving satellite phones.
Oh man,
They go on vacation in a government location.
That's right.
So, as in the days of Noah, these people obviously know something's coming.
they're prudent.
Yeah, they're prudent.
It goes until they have insider information.
Exactly, brother. But you know, you got these devils, man, that they know that something's getting ready to happen. All right, you got the situation with the debt ceiling, which they pushed back. You know, they know something. Through the spirit, bro, something getting ready to happen. It's very, very short that something major is getting ready to happen, you know. But you know, like you say, our people, they getting ready to fire up the grills, man, and put the abominations on the grills. You know,
If I could say, hey, that's and you know, brother's been saying, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? All the way since the apostles was doing that thing in their youth, man.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing, because that's putting these wicked ass niggas who really ain't really have longevity in them. It wasn't meant for them to last this long. All right, it wasn't even meant for them to do so. But it's a beautiful thing, because they're like, oh, well, shit, these niggas, they kept saying, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. You know?
Yeah.
I got you 1 second.
Come on, you gotta break it out.
You know what I'm saying? And these people, it's beautiful because they're going to fall off, man. It's in one day, the brothers, hey, they're going to be serious as a heart attack. Hey, it's really about to happen. And nobody going to believe them except for the elect. Those that are keeping watch. All right? Watching the videos, watching the apostles, reading up on headlines, all right? Sending different information to brothers, man. So, hey, really, it's a beautiful thing, man, that just like in the times of Noah kept saying, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain. Oh, that nigga crazy. You know?
I can say something on that.
Go ahead.
And back the brother up. For you to be able to carry all of these different pairs of animals to this ship, that took years, just him and his sons. So he was saying these things for years, month after month, year after year. And that's like crazy ass Noah. He didn't have a little too much to drink, man. All right. And guess what happened when it started raining? They started banging on that door. And if Noah wanted to open that door, he couldn't. Guess who closed that door, man? YAHAWASHI. And guess what? It's the same thing today, man.
That's right.
Nothing changes. It's the same thing today. When these people see the flood come, and it's another type of flood, but it's still a flood nonetheless, right. They're going to want to be like, you know what? I remember what you were saying. Hey, where they at? They was right there by the Fidelity. You know what I'm saying? Where are they? But the Lord is going to close up the doors of repentance, man. You can't get around it. A man of the Lord not going to be able to deliver you, man. The Lord, when he closes the window of repentance, the windows of repentance, first and foremost, elect man is not going to want you to be saved because of the things that he went through, and he understands that during the time of repentance, you wasn't there. You was up the street, man.
Second Ezra, the 9th chapter. You was finished with that?
Yes.
Hey, it's beautiful, man. You know, in that day, hey, we gonna play David, as I like to say. Man, we gonna play crazy, man.
Your husband,
you know? Yeah. We gonna play crazy. Oh, that wasn't me. I just look like him. Like the brother like to say, I just got one of those types of faces. You know? It's gonna be a beautiful time, man. Because we sitting out here making our bodies a living sacrifice, all right, making our calling and election sure. All right? And what they were doing, walking past us with the, you know, those beards, it say big ass beard. the beard be like this big and shit, with the fish bowls around their neck, the hand grenades. They was going to have a good time, man. Ain't have a care in the world about what was going on. All right, but like you brought out, hey, you got these different senators and different people in high places getting these satellite phones and shit. They in the right spirit. They in the right kind of mind, man. All the things that's going on in the earth, man. Different plagues and pestilences getting cooked up. All right. They got wars, different proxy wars going on. But it's just, yeah, whatever. Nah, but you know, but you stupid niggas, all right? Latinos and Native Americans, you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea. Keep going, brother. Then we're gonna get to
Matthew 24 and 39. It says, and this is red letters. This is YAHAWASHI speaking, by the way. It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
That's right. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man. Right? Hey, when the Lord come back, it's gonna be the same way. And somebody grabbed that in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, man. Right? Because it said he took all away. He didn't spare men, women, children, the elderly. All right? He didn't spare none of those people.
Straight to the point.
94. Yeah, we get straight to the point, man.
This is Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
That's right, because Jerusalem is what? A people before a place, man. All right? Without the Israelites, there wouldn't be a Jerusalem to even go through the midst of, man. All right? He's talking about a people right there. Go ahead.
And it reads, it says, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Hey, that mark, that the Y, right? That's not the same mark that's talked about in Revelations, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, right? That's not that mark. This is a mark of exemption, right? That we're talking about right here, right? Hey, in another sense, that's a reward for making your bodies a living sacrifice. Okay, coming out here and doing the work, like it said, what it said, sighing and crying.
Yeah, it says, and it reads, it says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry.
That's right. We're not over here eating chicken and just fooling off, man, sitting on our thumbs. You know, we out here doing what is required to obtain salvation. All right. And Lord willing, we receive that. Okay?
Yeah, I can get this brother to read what you just read again in Matthew the 28th chapter, the last part, just to make a correlation between then and now, and how the then is now and the now is then. It's not going to take 1 second now. You said something that made me want to grab this scripture, brother. Going into how they going into the flood. I think that was 39. I might be wrong. Yeah.
It's
The flood came.
Yeah, okay, kind. It's Matthew 24 and 39. It says, and knew not until the flood came.
Now, this is back then. They knew not until the flood came. Finish it off, brother.
And took them all away.
It took them all away. Now that was then. Now when he started that chapter off to 38, it said that it's going to be similar in our times as it was in their time. And I'm going to bring a precept out to show you. And they use the same word, the terminology. This is Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. Where we at? We're in the west.
That's right.
Huh? And his glory from the rising of the sun, from the west to the east. Where the sun rise. When the enemy shall come in like a what? Like a flood. The spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. All right? It's not going to be a literal flood this time. That was literal. This time is figuratively. It's metaphorically. Okay? It's going to, Esau is going to flood this place. All right? With troops, with cops, with different decrees. Okay? With pestilence, with starvation. And then everybody gonna want to look for the men of the Lord. Then everybody gonna want to be an Israelite. Then everybody gonna want to call up on the true name of YAHAWASHI. And the scriptures tell you in Matthew the 7th chapter, when they call on his name, he ain't gonna hear them. That's right. Because they were living like heathens. And I'm gonna just straight up tell you, man, the Lord does not, he doesn't care when you call upon him in trouble. He wants you to call upon him in a time of peace, man. In a time of fat on the land. You got it, bro. You got that scripture you just quoted. Go ahead, bring it out. Go ahead.
This is the book of Saint.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, you just
This is the book of Saint Matthew.
Sorry about
7 and
21.
21. It says, "Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of
That's
heaven."
right. Because they gonna, hey, you don't think these people pay attention to the different videos that we put out, man? All right? When we out here on the highways and byways, you don't think they hear that? And they gonna do what in that day? Lord, Lord, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI.
They're not
You
gonna
know?
say Jesus.
They gonna say YAHAWASHI, man.
Right, brother.
Go ahead.
It says, "But he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord,
YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI.
have we not prophesied in thy name?"
And also, that also goes into these all camps too as well. But we're gonna stick to the, what we're dealing with. You got it, brother.
No, because hey, that's heavy, man. Hey, was I not giving money to the poor? And of course, like the brother said, that's going into these different other camps as well, man. Because they dealing, and that's a whole nother video in itself, man. They dealing treacherously with our people. All right? But you do have a different Israelites who's, Lord, was I not good? Was I not doing your will? No, you didn't know shit about what I needed you to do. You didn't even care to inquire. You walked past those men,
And went to the seafood buffet.
Yeah. When had a catfish fish fry, Go ahead.
Again, verse 22, "Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity."
That's right. In layman's terms, hey, get the fuck. I never knew you. That's some hell of a shit for the Lord to say to somebody, for anybody. Hey, look, I never knew you, man. They coming there pleading, all right, looking for a favor, really, really in need. This is dire. Yeah, looking for a friend. Man, I never knew you. Get from me. Get thee hence. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just get one more. Verse 24, "Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will like him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock."
That's right. That's what we're doing, man. Building our houses upon the rock, okay? And we maintenance it, right? So fixing it up and doing what we can do in our part in that house, right? That we may abide in that and thereof, man.
Cleaning, shining.
Hey, because what the scripture say, hey, the Lord's name is what? A strong tower.
Yes.
Hey, we recognize that. All right, this truth, this is my only shield.
That's all I got.
I have nothing else but this truth, man.
We're going out on our shield.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write this up part of that number.
And it's funny because we was talking in the kitchen last night, like brothers fellowshipping and thing like that. Okay, man, Esau got all kind of different men, assassins. Okay, the John Wicks and the Equalizers and these different capable men. Okay, capable of assassination. Right, that he really could just send them at any time. Hey, but we believe that we're being protected by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, man. We believe, all right, that we have angels around us, man. You know how easy it would be for Esau to just call one of these John Wicks up and get you out of here, man. This devil got all kind of shit, man.
And I saw a video yesterday, and it was a bunch of Edomite soldiers. They was somewhere over there in Arabia, and they was hidden in a hotel room, and they made the longest confirmed kill in history. 2.2 mile sniper shot. It took 10 seconds from the bullet to leave the barrel to go 2.2 miles to go into the brains of one of those Arabians, man, Ishmael, man. All right. If he is not the one that's blessed with the sword, who else? 2.2 miles, y'all, of a gun, and it took 10 seconds to get there. So that guy didn't aim directly at your head. He aimed where he thought your head was gonna be in 10 seconds. All right, that's skill, bro. And you can't look over that. But spirituality supersedes all that shit, man.
If I could say, the elder Yakana like to go into it from time and time again, right? Of what these snipers have to do, man. You gotta check the wind, okay? You gotta the humidity outside, all right? Your positioning, all right? All of these different things.
The curvature of the earth.
That's right.
Y'all hear that? You flat earth niggas, the curvature of the earth.
That's right.
Huh?
Man. Hey, all of these things have to be taken accounted for, man.
Before that trigger squeeze.
That's right. So like this brother going into, man, this devil got a he is the sword, man. He is literally the sword. The gun not doing nothing. Of course, he blessed with the sword, but this devil, and he know what to do with that motherfucker, man. That's right. You know, but it's super beautiful to see, man. Listen, this devil, he got the power to kill, but yet he can't kill the men that's bringing him down through the power and spirit of YAHAWASHI. So if the Lord not protecting us, who is? Because it's not up to us, man. You know, that's why I say, hey, in that scripture you brought on in Matthew the 7th chapter, all right, we building that house upon that rock, man. All right, we running into that tower. You got your scripture, brother.
Oh.
Been holding out for a minute.
Malachi 3.
Come on. Got
All right, this is Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. Then they that feared the Lord, Yahweh, spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it, and the book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name.
That's right. Hey, and it happened once before, and it's going to happen again. These different men that fear the Lord, that's doing what the Lord requires, all right? Books are going to be written about them. It's being done now. Man, you got angels that's writing on the very acts of these men, all right? How you want your name to be written down? You want to be written down? You were sitting down on your thumb, eating chicken on Memorial Day, or were you out here doing the work? You know? Were you relying on Esau, Edom, right, to protect you, to feed you? Were you doing that, or were you relying on the Lord? You got a little bit more? Come.
It's Malachi 3:16 in the NLT version. It says, then those who feared Yahweh spoke with each other, and Yahweh listened to what they said. In his presence, a scroll of remembrance was written to record the names of those who feared him.
Come on, man.
And always thought about the honor of his name.
Come on, man. Those that turn back, right? Those that put off this weak-ass nature that this world, right, that you're born with. Man, you're born weak, but through the Lord, you're built strong.
Hey, yeah.
Right? You're created strong in the name of the Lord. By putting on that armor. By putting on that armor, right? That helps. The whole armor. You don't just go out there with your, with your gauntlets on and no helmet. Come on, man. We putting on the whole armor, right? To be protected. You know? One of y'all brothers had a scripture, huh? Want to bring out?
I got one, but if you was holding, I think y'all was holding y'all's first, huh? Mine got to go back rotation. Huh? Go ahead, brother. You got one? Okay, I got one. What? And this going into the times that we living in. I'm talking to the Israelites, man. Esau, they ain't gonna listen anyway, man. We just tell them make judgment. But this to the Israelites to make them wake the fuck up and come out of their slumber. Because the quicker they wake up, the quicker we get the fuck up out of this place, man. That's right. Since Jeremiah 16 and 3. And this is going to you people that's celebrating this Memorial Day. This is going to you people that's looking forward to your birthdays, that's looking forward to Easter, Christmas, and looking forward to this place to go on for the next 1,000 years. Okay. Jeremiah 16:3. I think I want to start at 2. I'm gonna start at 2. Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. Okay, going into America, going into the new world, basically going into Western civilization. Okay,
That's right.
for thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bare them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land. Okay, in America, they shall die of grievous deaths. All right, if we get that word grievous, you know what that's going to go into? Pestilence. So this really hasn't, for the most part, happened yet. You still have time. All right, you still have time. Now, what happened in 2020, the CV-19, that was a forerunner for the most part. That was a test run, no different than Katrina was, okay? And it didn't take out the numbers that the ones that's coming after her is going to take out.
Okay,
They go
like
ahead.
I say, what
Yes.
they've been alluding to, something greater, right, than the last pestilence that came out.
Ain't that Bill Gates?
Something far greater. Call them kill gates. You know what I'm saying? We don't really want
Kill Bill. That's
Yeah.
Kill Bill.
you know, we don't really want to get flagged and everything. But
It's a lot. It's a lot.
nah, you good?
Right.
You know, hey, they're alluding to something far more grievous. You know, and it's gonna take majority of you Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, all right, out by a landslide, man.
But they should not be lamented, neither should they be buried.
Hey,
But-
and we have yet to see motherfuckers just falling out in the street.
They
Right.
stand in the street.
You saw how they did with the first
Run. Dry
all right. They supposedly had bodies stacked up in these different hospitals and in coolers. All right. How much more when you got thousands of people, all right, hundreds of people on one street just falling out, man. You seen the shit that they was doing on the videos when they, you know, get that little turnaround on them and they just fall out. God. Hey, what's gonna happen when that start to happen, man? Hey, you're gonna have people picking those bodies up and just driving them over to a landfill somewhere, man. Just what the fuck is that?
Let me say this. Let me say this. Let me say this. They're not gonna drive them to the landfill. When you're in a time of straight desperation, and according, because I'm gonna keep on reading just to back me up what I'm saying. In a straight desperation, ducking bullets, ducking pestilence, ducking diseases, trying to get food. You don't have. It takes time to bury somebody. I'm telling you, it takes time, bro. All right. You're not gonna pick them up. They're gonna stay there and they're gonna stink. Now we are coming into Salakia. They are gonna come into a time after Jacob trouble has showed itself and has been there for a while. They're gonna come to a semblance of normalcy, and they'll bury them then. But in the middle of Jacob's trouble, they're not gonna be buried. Watch this.
Go ahead.
And it's just to back that up. Neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, which goes into what?
Shit.
Nobody gonna move. Well, dung goes into shit, but it says up on the face of the earth. So the body's gonna be laid out and strewn out. If you don't got a strong stomach, you heard me? Stay inside and starve.
Wherever you drop that, that's where you're gonna stay at.
That's right. That's right. And you're gonna stink. And you're gonna cause more pestilence and diseases. Because when you don't get rid of a diseased body, guess what? Death begets what? Death. Just like life begets just like life begets life. And you see us standing here, death begets death. That diseased body staying, all right? What's gonna happen? It's gonna have a stench to come up, all right? And you're gonna have something called airborne diseases. Okay, and it's going to come from that body. On top of those airborne diseases, you're going to have parasites.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say parasites. You're going to have what like maggots, maggots, rodents. What's the name of those creatures that eat the dead? It's a name for them.
Vultures.
That goes into a specific bird. But y'all got the idea. I don't know it off the top of my head. I ain't gonna lie. You heard me?
To those decomposers, man.
Yeah.
You know,
All of that. All right. All of those things that help the body decomposed, and they have their place in their time, but they're gonna turn up in this time. You heard me? They're gonna also spread those diseases. That fly is gonna leave that body, right? That the decomposing, diseased body, and they're gonna go land up on somebody's quarter of a sandwich because they're not gonna have a full one, okay? And it's gonna transmit it to him, and it's all beautiful. All right. Oh, what's the name of that movie? Final Destination has nothing up on what the Lord has in place for this place, what the Lord has in store for this place. And they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven. Going back into what you said, vultures?
Yeah.
Which means, which also goes into what? Nobody gonna pick those bodies up. They're gonna lay up. They're gonna be food for the vultures. It's a beautiful time to be an animal that eats that preys upon dead flesh. It's a beautiful time for them. Okay, and some of them are gonna die too because you got something called zoonotic diseases, and those diseases are that can be transmitted from human to animal, from animal to human. You can have a fucking canine dog sneeze and cough on you, you'll catch a fucking disease, man. It's real. Yeah, the Lord ain't playing, man, and that's why the remnant is so blessed. Because without the Lord, you can't get out of this. You can't get out of this naturally. You cannot humanly get out of this. And the Edomites that are going to get out of this, the scripture says, I preserved the wicked for the day of judgment. They didn't get out of this because of their wits, because of their finances, because of their bunkers. The Lord wanted them to survive, and he wanted them to die, man. All right? And for the beasts of the earth, you got it, brother.
It's about to be sad about final destination and escaping one form of death and running to another. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, beautiful, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh, to what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. So you think you get away from the troops and you end up getting the disease, man. You end up escaping pestilence and you die of famine. Scriptures speak about those that escape the cities. They're going to die up in the wilderness.
They're going to die in the mountains. Yeah. And they go eat their own flesh.
God.
Yep.
You got it, man.
No, that's a beautiful point, man. There's no way out. All right? There's no way out for you niggas, man. There's no way out. But grab that precept to back up everything that the brother's going into. Because right here, if I could say, hey, the Lord finna cover all issues of death. All the ways you could die, he gonna cover that, man. Go ahead.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15. Want me to start at 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it up there.
It says, Then said Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people.
What people? All right? 2/3 of the nation of Israel. That's he say he couldn't. His mind couldn't be towards them. He didn't even want to think about you niggas, man. You know how angry the Lord got to be with you to do that? It's just like, damn, I don't even want to think about them, man. Go ahead.
It says, cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus said Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword.
If I could say, hey, that's when the famine of the word gonna hit. We don't have nothing else to give you in that day. All right? There's nothing for us to say to you when JT pop off, when those doors of repentance, which I'm gonna have a brother get in the book of Second Esdras, the 9th chapter. All right, once them doors close, we have nothing else to say to you niggas. There's nothing else to be said, because when we're out here, we said everything that needed to be said. When it needed to be said. But you niggas, you worrying about, oh damn, how does the chariot move? And nah, you're not even, are you paying attention? And we're preaching the things that are necessary for salvation, not the bullshit that Jake like to get into, man. Keep going, brother, because this is the recompense, right, of your lack of interest in the truth and in the Lord, man. Because that's really what it is. They're not interested in the things of the Lord, man. into the heavenly things. They're not interested in that. They're interested in Hollywood housewives and, you know, Atlanta housewives and entertainment. Pooh Shiesty, how he look in jail and shit. You know? Go ahead, brother.
God, this back in Jeremiah 15, verse 2. And I'm going to start where I left off. It says, thus said Yahawah, such as are for debt to debt, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, said Yahawah.
If I can say, hey, the Lord just covered all things, man. He just covered all the things. For debt, all right, any issue of debt, that's what's coming to you, all right? For the sword, like the brother mentioned, these different troops, okay? The different John Wicks, all right? Because Esau gonna come after the men of the Lord. And whenever that time is, he gonna send them hitmen out, all right? He gonna send them, okay? It went into the captivity, all right? What is that? It's talking about these different FEMA camps, these different concentration camps, all right? What do you think they're doing, closing down all these Walmarts and Amazon warehouses and different things of that nature? You know, these are going to be places where you're going to be housed at, man. The brothers, y'all gonna like to go into it a lot, man. What is that? The Superdome, the Convention Center, the Smoothie Center, all right? Just go look at Red Dawn. Where did they bring all of the captives? They brought them to the football fields, all right? You want to say something?
If I can make a point, I should have elder like to go into that and what they are converts a convention center, a Superdome, arena, all right, all your major Walmarts, they'll convert that into a camp in a matter of hours, man.
That's right.
If that, it don't take nothing for them to hit the switch. Like they already got all the infrastructure and everything already set up within those buildings. You got it, bro.
Good. Hey, that's right, man. This devil got all the issues of wickedness concerning the end of times. All right, as far as he has control over, man, he got that shit down pat. He's ready to do it. He just really, hey, the Lord gonna give him that go ahead, make it happen, you know. And this devil, he gonna really show his horns, man. He gonna show the horns and the tail. This man gonna turn into a full-fledged devil. It's not gonna be a deceptive factor anymore.
He's gonna start telling the truth, and he's gonna start.
That's right.
To show you who he is. You got a scripture in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, and it says, "Then shalt thou know who am I chosen." All right. But by the time you get to that level, you're gonna know who's not the chosen. You're gonna know who's the actual physical devil walking the earth by the fruits that he displayed. All that democracy, everybody put their hand up. That's shit gonna be over with. All right. All that, hold your hand up. Your what they call that shit? Your rights. All right. I have rights. Man, that shit gonna be over with, man. He gonna slap you down with that iron. He gonna pump look like the other y'all like to say. He gonna put 3 holes in your head like a bowling ball, boy. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. You got it out.
Hey, this devil, you think it's what you think they're making all these different changes in the legislation for right now?
The amendments.
Yeah, these different amendments. What do you think they're doing that for? All right, that's not for now. Right, just like the things that have changed today weren't for the time when they were changed and back in our time, man. Right, decades ago. Those things were for now, right? And the things that they're changing now are for the times to come, right, in the near future. This devil got shit calculated, man. He already know how many he want to take out. Look at the Georgia guys. I ain't gonna say that. The Georgia Stones, man. The Stones in Georgia. This devil, he know what he wanted to do, right? You best believe he did the statistics, the different analytics, right? Different experiments.
Yes.
To how can they achieve that? And they brainstorm.
I got it real quick, but I know he said he got one. I don't want to jump in front of him, but this going directly what you're saying. Ezekiel 28:3. Behold, he's talking to Esau. Thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee.
Hey, it said he was wiser than Daniel, man. Right? Man, this devil have all the knowledge when it come down to wickedness, man, and how to put these nations into subjection. All right? Come on, man. That's some hell of a knowledge right there, man. All right? But I know you had a script. Let him get that out. Con.
It's Luke 21:11. And a great earthquake shall be in diverse places. And this is going into the destruction of America, right? And the plague that the Lord is going to bring down. And he's going into just YAHAWASHI is written in red, speaking to to the disciples. And pestilence, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sightings, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Verse 12, the point it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, deliver you up to the synagogues and into prisons.
That's right. You got certain men, right, that are of the elect that will not escape. Right? They're not going to escape. It tell you that in Revelations, man. Right? Certain men gonna be beheaded for this thing of ours. And we don't know who that is, man. You know? Hey, but nevertheless, so be it. Okay? And it said cast into what? Into prisons. These different concentration camps. Right? Jake gonna get thrown in those, man. Right? And it also said what? Delivered up into synagogues.
Yep.
Yeah. Being brought before these different elites.
Yep. Right. Being brought before kings and rulers for YAHAWASHI's name's sake.
That's right.
For YAHAWASHI's name's sake, like we was going to earlier, those
That's
are
right.
still simply the name of the Lord.
That's right, man. And that's the actually being in there with that old stoic face on you and saying whatever the Lord needs you to say, because the Lord said He's gonna put His words in your mouth. We're not gonna just get up there and, oh, you get your hands either, Mike. Nah. You know, man, the Lord gonna tell him whatever the Lord tell him is way worse than what we can ever think to tell us stuff. You know? So that's why He say just leave it up to Him in that day. You just hold yourself as a man and He gonna do the rest. You know? You had a little more? Con, you got something?
The sickness.
Con, hold that. What?
I just wanted to back you up on the point you said about men will be beheaded for this.
Con.
This the book of Sirach, chapter 4, verse 28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. All right, because we're gonna strive for this thing to death, man. I'm about this up, you know, because we know vengeance belongs to the Lord. All right, and pursuing the 1 Thessalonians 4. All right, even if we get put to death, you know, our works follow us, but we get to the chariots first, man. When the Lord leap off the throne, all right, we gonna meet the other brothers that's left here, you know, in the chariots, man. We're gonna see the brothers again, and we all gonna be made perfect then. All right. But the point of the matter is striving for the truth until death. All right. Whether we get put to death or not, it really shouldn't matter. Okay. We have the unction to know all things, man. We know that death is just getting out of these costumes, man. It's only a costume that we in.
Sting.
Yeah.
Shell, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. So it really shouldn't matter whether we get put to death or not. All right. As long as we striving for the truth until death, man.
But you got certain men that don't really believe in this thing.
Right.
All right. And you got men, all right, that's up here, that gonna get brought up and before these different kings, all right, in these synagogues, and they gonna crack and fold. Because they never really took the time to count the cost of this thing. They thought it was a joke. You know? They didn't look back, right? As it says in Sirach, the 2nd chapter. Right? Look at the days of old. Right? I'm gonna paraphrase it so brother can grab it. You know,
I was right there.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
Yeah. If I could say, these are the things that we're supposed to be remembering.
Right.
Not no goddamn Memorial Day. You know, we're supposed to be meditating on these scriptures and remembering the different acts, right, of the men, the great men that are before us, man. The great men that are written about. That's worthy of a Memorial Day. All right? Keep going, brother.
It's it says, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Right. So did any man of the Lord, all right, that's written about in the scriptures, were they ever forsaken? All right. Were they, when they were in the truth, were they ever forsaken? The answer is no, man. You know, keep going, brother.
It says, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
That's right, man. It's an honorable work we doing. All right, but it's only honorable if you keep that faith unto the end. That's what a true honor lie at. All right? Not just because you up here. We nobodies, man. All right? We just men doing what the Lord asks us to do. And until we finish this race, all right, that's when we become somebodies. All right? You gotta endure it to the end, man. All right? And ultimately, it starts with what? Remembering the right things. Setting your mind on the right things, man. And what is those right things? These scriptures. You had a little bit more?
That was it. I wanted to make a point.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because when you pursuing the back this scripture of Romans 15:4, the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning.
That's right.
You know, so everything that we learn for to prepare ourselves, our minds, all right, girding up our loins, you know, that is to prepare us to enter into the great tribulation, man. All right, which is JT. So if we don't learn and reflect on these things from the generations of old, the things that were written for our foretime, we're not gonna get through the times to come, man.
Check this out, huh? All right. In the midst of Jacob's trouble, different men gonna be going through different situations, right? And we're in the flesh. You're gonna be scared, man. All right, like one of my favorite rappers said, he said, what? I'm spoken, but I ain't scared, you know? And you spook of what's going on, and you're a human being. All right? Hey, but you're not scared because you understand, all right? Hey, and it's gonna cause you to do what? To remember the scriptures. You ain't gonna be running with a fucking Bible in your hand the whole JT. You're gonna go off of what's what you was stored in your mind, man. All right, and it's gonna cause you to remember. Damn, look at the Acts of the Maccabees brothers. All right, damn, look how YAHAWASHI went out. You know, that's the type of things that you're gonna sit back and remember. Not this shit that's coming up on Monday. You want to make a point?
Bring some up.
He got it.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 5. Thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as a man chafteth his son, so the Lord Yahweh thy power chafteth thee. So
Hey, go ahead.
So that's what you see that's going on. You know, when you have to consider when you come to the truth, the Lord is he's gonna try, he's gonna bring you through the fight, he's gonna chasten you. All right, that's to prepare your mind for the perils to come. All right, to endure to the end. All right, you got it, brother.
Hey, and even in the midst of those said perils, the Lord's still gonna chasten you a little bit more, man.
Mm-hmm.
We still gotta go through the hour of temptation. That's when he gonna chastise everybody. All right, that's the big chastening, the big old ass whipping. You heard? How you gonna fare out in that day? Are you gonna fall? Or are you gonna remember, as we've been going over, all right, the days of old, the men of old, all right, the different acts? Are you gonna remember those things? I know you got to know.
And that's what you just. I'm going into what you just said. You said we know the end, but because we are in the flesh, we're subject to vanity. In so many words, we might get scared, right? But we're gonna operate the side. YAHAWAH bahasham YAHAWASHI brought the side. Part of that number.
That's right.
Even if we get that little, or that y'all know that little feeling in your stomach before some shit jumped off. Guess what? It happened to our great king, and
That's right.
and what servant is greater? And I got the scripture, and you can break it down, brother.
If I go ahead. We're gonna go into it.
Okay. It's Matthew 26 and 42. He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, and it's written in red, "Oh my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me except I drink it, thy will be done." Matter of fact, I wanted to go to 39. Salakia. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, "Oh my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. All right. He knew what was coming. He knew that these piece of shit bodies was gonna feel pain. And let me tell you something else. The body is designed to avoid death, and it's designed to avoid uncomfortability, and it's designed to avoid pain. If you kill an animal and that animal has left its body, and you continue to hit that animal, shoot that animal, kill that animal, even with a human, it continues to reflex. It continues to jump. A dead snake can bite you. That's called reflexes. But that doesn't go into the spirit. That goes into the actual biological entity that is the flesh, okay? Now, YAHAWASHI, he knew what was coming. And he was like, say, Pops, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Man, look, if we can still sustain salvation without me having to taste death and hang on that cross, let it be, all right? I'm not gonna say he was afraid, but the flesh that he was in, and he conquered it, that's right. It made him feel, he made his heart beat, it made his stomach drop, okay? And he prayed, but his ultimate prayer is the most important one. I'm gonna drop down. If I can make go ahead, brother, go ahead.
Hey, just like the brother quoted earlier, those things that were written aforetime are for our learning. Now, why would the Lord put that in the scriptures? Right?
To comfort us?
Yeah, to comfort us.
Bring it up.
Bring it out. Bring it out, man.
It's Romans 15:4. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope."
Right. Patience and comfort. Okay? That's what these scriptures that we rehearse daily, right? That we go over daily. That's what they do, or that's what they're supposed to do. I'm gonna say that if you actually, all right, in this thing with all your heart, body, and soul, that's what it's gonna do, because that's what it's written for.
It's called the Comforter.
That's right.
Yes.
Come, brother.
Hey, it's called the what up?
The Comforter.
Not that nigga that died.
The Comforter that died. All right. This second Maccabees chapter 2, verse 20. I'm gonna start at 24. It says, "For considering the infinite number and the difficulty which they find that desire to look into the narrations of the story for the variety of the matter, we have been careful that they will read may have delight, and that they that are desirous to commit to memory might have ease." So when you commit the scriptures to memory, you're gonna have ease. All right, because like the brother said, we're not going to be running around with Bibles. All right, you might. First of all, he said it's going to make it illegal to be bound with a Bible. So
They did it before.
yeah, they did it before. They tried to burn every Bible, which is bugged out. How you going to burn every Bible? This man is a loser. But when that day comes, you may be miles away from your bug out bag. You for sure going to be miles away from your home. So whatever Bible you have, it's got the most highlights. You're not necessarily going to have access to that in that day. That's why it says, "We have been careful that they that will read may have delight, and that they that are desirous to commit to memory might have ease, and that all into whose hands it comes might have profit." And that profit is the kingdom of heaven. Ultimately, it's salvation. Got it, right?
And it also goes back into remembering the scriptures and holding on to the script. When they take that Bible from us, you don't know the entire Bible from front to back, verbatim. But it's in us. It ain't on us, man. We'll be able to revert to the scriptures. And we know what the past prophets went through. We'll be able to go to these different things and be like, who the hell are we to not have to go through them? And this is the banger right here. We know the end all be all, man. Right? It's bigger than Halalyam. It's bigger than Amawad. It's bigger than Amanya, man. It's bigger than Yadai. It's bigger than everybody out here, man. All right? Nobody want to die, man. I mean, it stings. All right? But the spirit lets you know, hey, bro, you just a small fraction of the bigger picture, but you do your part and you can get a collective reward, man, at the end of the day. And I'm going to read the end of that prayer. I read the beginning of it, now I'm going to read the end of it. He said, if it be possible, take it away, right? And then he read, then he prayed, verse 42, he went away again the second time. This is the second prayer, y'all. And prayed, saying, "Oh, my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me except I drink it, thy will be done." Basically saying, let it happen.
Let it be so.
And why he say let it happen? Because scripture you brought out earlier. What man believed in the Lord and was actually in the truth and was forsaken, man? Okay?
I understand, man. Hey, when our Lord was on the earth, he read the same Bible that we read, man, that we read. He read the same accounts, all right? He read those things, man. And those things comforted him, you know, which he is the word, all right?
Literally,
He is the word.
literally.
Okay, but he also, when he was walking the earth, he read these same things, these very same things that we're reading and rehearsing today, right? He did that. And what did it do? It held him down in the end.
That's right.
You know, it
right.
fortified his spirit to endure what he had to endure.
It assured him, man.
That's right.
And I ain't talking about all state.
Come on, brother.
Hey, you know, Satan tempted the Lord. What did he do? He combated him with
The scriptures, man. He remembered in a time of adversity to go back to what? To the scriptures. Man, man, Jake never know where he'll find himself in JT. You might find yourself in a place where, all right, the scriptures that you may have remembered, they don't really apply to you right there in that situation. But you might meet a believer, all right, might run what you do know because he in a position that you remember. And convert him right there, and that will boost your faith. Damn, this is the truth. You feel me? And which we know that, but it's gonna boost you even more to continue on. Man, it's all kind of ways, all right, that this truth, that remembering and thinking on this truth is gonna help us, man. All right, these scriptures are life unto us, man. You know, but I know brothers have precepts.
I have one as well.
Kind. I'm gonna get this, brother, and I'm gonna jump over to you. You got a precept still? Kind.
This is a quick one out of Peter's. All right. This is 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. All right. 1 Peter 1, verse 6. Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. All right. Verse 7. That the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of YAHAWASHI HaMashiach.
Hey, and that's heavy, man. It said manifold, many.
Yeah.
All right. You don't just go through one thing. All right. Now you're the elect. Nah, man, you gotta be battle proven. All right, battle tested
Over time.
Yeah. That's over time. A veteran ain't become a veteran just off of one rip. All right, he went away and came back, and that was it. Now he a vet.
Can't be a veteran until you put time in. You got to be what you got to be
That's
tried
right.
and tested, man.
That's right, man. Hey, and all of these adversities, all right, all of these afflictions, they are flames unto us. Hey, but as you continue on in this truth, the Lord turn that flame up even more. You know, and we come into that hottest part of the furnace, that MOTB, right? Hey, that's the hottest part of the furnace, man. And that's something that we all gonna have to go through. And Lord willing, we endure it to the end. You got a little bit more on that? That was it.
That was it.
Come. I'm gonna grab. You got it, Samaki.
Psalms 37 and 25. I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
Hey, one more time, a lot. One more time.
This Psalms 37 and 25. I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
Hey, Baba Gashab, that was David right there? Yeah, David say he was what? Young, and then went to his gray hair stage. You feel me?
The hoary head.
Right? That hoary head. He was young as a youth and then grew in the truth and never seen the righteous forsaken, man. You know? That's heavy. It wasn't one time when he could speak and say, well, shit, the Lord ain't helpful, boy, even though, you know, nah, there was no time like that. All right? We must remember those things. We must remember that. And it also went into what? What's the latter end of that verse? About to
Baking
shop.
bread.
Yeah.
Go and see baking bread.
That's right. So in that day, man, hey, you're gonna be taken care of. Like the Lord said, He said it, hey, my servant shall eat. You know? But it all starts from what? Doing the hard part right now. Remembering. Right? Remembering these things, remembering the scriptures, putting off that old man. Right? Taking yourself from the world, bro. Okay? And getting this holy knowledge, man. These are the things that's gonna preserve you. Hey, and we can get that second Esdras right now. About the shop, brother.
Verse 27.
Yeah, run 7. 7 to be good.
All right. This is second Ezra chapter 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders.
So if I could say real quick, hey, so those that will be saved, all right, those that will be deemed as the elect, okay, what did they have to do? Have works, have faith, and believe, okay? Those things are required, right, to become an elect, right? And what's the main thing? You gotta remember the things that you need to remember, man. And it's easy right now, all right, for us to sit here and talk about the Lord, and we're gonna remember 1,000 precepts. We bumping off brothers and shit like that. Hey, but the real remembrance come in what? When you out in the world, when you can't carry your Bible with you, okay? When you can't just pull out your phone and pull up a quick precept and read it out loud. No, when you at work, you swinging that old hammer, right? And you listening, and somebody bugging you or whatever, right? Oppressing you, a demon attacking you. That's when that remembrance come in, And Jake got to understand that, man, because this thing don't come like that. You got to practice in her that you may remember. But keep going.
So second Ezra 9, verse 8 again, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them from the beginning.
That's right. Right, from those said perils, famine, pestilence, the sword, the dogs to tear, okay? And ultimately what? Those nuclear missiles, right? I ain't wrestling with all that. We're going to let that pass. I'm going to go hard out here trying to wrestle that shit. But nah, read that latter part after perils about the shop, brother.
It says, the latter part of verse 8, it says, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them from me from the beginning.
That's right, and that's going into the elect, man. Right? The Lord sanctified the elect from the beginning, before the foundations of the earth was set. The elect was sealed. All right? Jake got to get that through his skull. That's what you're fighting for. That's what you're fighting to be a part of. Being already created from the beginning. All right? And the elect don't get it. It ain't nothing that you could do against it or towards it. All right? If you're the elect, you're going to get that. We just hope that we're a part of that. Keep going, brother.
If I could say too, because it was already rigged from the beginning.
That's right.
For us to win. Lord willing, we be at that number. We were born to win. All right. It says, verse 9, 2nd Ezra 9, verse 9, then shall they be in pitiful case, which have now abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
That's right. Hey, they abuse the ways, all right? They abuse the ways of the Lord. Okay? They fooled around out here. They walked past us, like I stated earlier. They sitting back on Xbox, fucking off all the goddamn day long. There's nothing wrong with, doing that, playing a game and shit like that. Hey, but you got to understand when it's a time to You gotta. This is first.
Yeah, that's second. That's second and third.
Yeah.
Man.
Became a man, I put away childish things.
That's right. You know.
Which not saying nothing wrong with playing the game, but you gotta be a man and start pushing his word.
You gotta know the difference.
Yeah.
And because it's one thing I like to say is, hey, Jay could be out here doing a million things, right? Getting into all kind of troubles. Hey, playing a video game is, way better than being away of harm and being in harm's way, But it's a balance to it all.
It's a balance. All right.
Don't let it overtake you, you know?
And do those types of things in your spare time.
That's
after
right.
you have finished to taking care of the Lord's business. You got a scripture in the Bible where it goes into after you've paid your tithes and basically after you've done your dues, whatever you left over with, you can do what the hell you want to do, man. As long as it's inside of the scriptures,
And and we're all guilty to that, man. We all do that, right? In our different ways. You got some men that don't play the game.
Everybody different.
In other ways, right? That's something we can all work on, man. That's directed to myself first and foremost, right? We all got different things that hinder us, all right?
I guess nothing. Right?
Nah.
You can play the game.
Of course.
But you got to be a man pushing his word. That means
First
you're a
and
man.
foremost.
We handle business, so that's what men do. We handle the Lord's business. So you want to play the game, you want to go play football, you can do that type of stuff, But this is first, what I'm talking about? So that's the main point.
That's right.
Jake got to understand this. The game can't save you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love playing a game, brother. I grew up playing it. I still play it. Yeah, but that game can't save me. You know what I'm saying? That once Jake get that through their skull, hey, now you're free to go do whatever you please. Because once you got that at the forefront, these different things of the world can't save me. Right? Now you're putting what first? The Lord.
It's business.
That's right. You got a little bit more in that, right? Come on.
It says, 2 Esdras 9, verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
That's right. Hey, Jake then got all of these different things, okay, from the world, and didn't know the Lord, man. Different accolades and assets and shit, They don't even know the Lord, man. Come on, man. What you doing out here, Jake? But that's why I say they're gonna be in what? Pitiful case. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, verse 11, and they that have loathed my law, while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
Hey, and that load going to, I believe, hate. Despise, man. They look down at the men of the Lord upholding the things that they're able to, right? Which are the law, statutes, and commandments. Now we're not perfect. We can't carry them all out, but we do our best. And 2/3 of our people, they what the word was you said? Despise. They despise that. Keep going.
It says, verse 12, the same must know it after death by pain.
Hey, that's right. Yeah, that's music to my ears right there, man. Death by pain. All right? Hey, because brothers in this truth, man, we've shed blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
Okay? In this truth. It was a painful upbringing to come into this truth, right? As a newborn babe and grow into men, right? That's a painful experience, man. That's right. It's a beautiful pain, though, for us. It's gonna be a horrible pain for them. Like I said, in pitiful case.
But,
right?
But it also says the ones that's gonna have death by pain, they had benefits in this world.
That's right.
So it's going to look, man, and it's just going to show how beautiful and how fair, and he doesn't have to be, but it goes to show you how fair YAHAWASHI is.
Mm-hmm.
He tell you, I'm not going to destroy the world until my word has gone out into the four winds, and you know what I require of you or expect of you. Okay? He's not just gonna pop up, be like, I'm here. Let's slay him. No, he wants you to hear it first, so you're convicted. Okay? Yeah, man, he's fair. He gave, bro, in every nation that ruled under the sun, he's fair. He gave everybody their fair shot, man, and he didn't have to. He didn't have to. He better than us.
The scriptures say, hey, these different men of Israel, man, they've received that consolation, man.
Yep.
No, they've received that glory over here with the big old names and shit. That's really
That constellation, that's right.
they've received that already. But like you say, it's a balance to it. Okay, we received pain in the beginning. Hey, what the scripture says, better is the end of a thing
In the beginning.
than the beginning. Our beginning, okay, Lord willing, we are the elect. Our beginning was painful, but the end thereof is going to it's going to surpass the beginning, hey, by 100-fold, man.
And that's why YAHAWASHI said that my yoke is a light yoke.
It's free.
And it basically goes into your hard times versus the times that you're going to come into and your rewards. All right? 100 years, and you know we don't live that long. 100 years of being in captivity is nothing compared to what? Perpetual rulership. Perpetual goes into non-stop, man.
Romans 8,
You know?
where it say, I current, what it say? I got to look at it. Right up. But that was in that second Ezra, right, brother? Come on, bro. So basically, hey, Ezra just gave you the rundown, man. Those who put the law first, they will be first. Okay? They're going to receive those heavenly benefits.
First.
Come on. What?
It's Matthew 6:33. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Not seek ye second. No, seek the kingdom first, man. How do you seek the kingdom? You ain't just fucking, drink is simple. Drink the thing, you looking high and low. Spiritually, man. Right? Using this gift, right, that the Lord gave us, man, this word. He gave us the way back unto him. That's how you seek the kingdom. Right? By following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And not just the Big Ten, but all of them, man. We trying to do our best. We rehearsing them righteous acts, man. But you got a little bit more? That was it? Break that out.
It's Romans 8:18, where I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
One more time, bahasham, brother.
Romans 8:18, where I reckon that the sufferings
Bird had to say it. The bird had to chill for that one. Salakia.
where I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy.
He received this consolation.
Romans 8:18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
That's right, man. These different afflictions that we going through, hey, this is nothing, man. This is nothing compared to what we go. Man, the scripture, Brother Bayan like to go into, man. We going to a place where rest is allowed, man. You can have all the Memorial Day feasts you want in the kingdom.
Hey, rest is really mandatory in that.
Yo, come on,
Hey,
man.
in the kingdom, rest is mandatory, man. You remember that movie? I don't know if you're old enough, but I'm pretty sure you saw it. With Eddie Murphy when he was the king.
Coming to
America. You remember what his daddy said when he found out he had a job? My son works.
Come, brother. That's a hell of a movie. I'm going to watch that tonight, man.
Come on,
I'm in a little king spirit again. Hey, what? Want to say something?
Yeah, turn it off before you start something and commit adultery.
Come. You're right, brother.
God,
You know they had to, throw that in there.
Yeah, line it up.
Yeah. That's how eat them, get our people. You make it look good in the beginning,
Slipping.
and then you start taking a left turn slowly but surely. Now you all the way left.
That's what you do to Jake. You invite you in that mansion, the limousine, then you pull it out, man.
Yeah.
Rip it out.
I got this briefcase for you. If you go and slam it on the desk.
Yeah.
You do this. Jake hit that. Jake hit that over.
Yeah, tip that bitch. Just
Come, brother.
Sure, I do, LeBron.
Yeah, hey, real talk. Come, brother. You know,
Hey, yo, to LeBron.
I got one to back that brother up, man.
I want to make this quick point. And it was funny you said the bird had left, because in that same chapter it tell you what, the whole creation groaning, right? They waiting for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh, man. So we can set this place in order. Even the birds are oppressed.
Man,
You know?
look, hey, I'm from Baton Rouge, man. I'm in the Baton Rouge chapter of Great Millstone. But the last time I was out there, I think that was that same bird.
He come there every weekend.
Yeah,
You
man.
see him every weekend. Man. We had a while back. I don't believe I was in the camp yet. Probably was maybe 2 years ago. And they had a bird with the fucked up wing. He was limping. One eye was closed. The man stayed there all the way till it got dark time, just listening to the word, man. That's super spiritual.
Hey, he clearly wasn't hunting and wasn't looking for food.
That was a pigeon. He all fucked up, his wings all banged up, his feathers.
You looking for salvation, huh?
Come on, man. He a part of the,
That's lawful.
he a part of the dove family.
That's
Yeah.
right. Hey,
He
that's
a part
right.
of the dove family,
That's
man.
right.
You know, so hey, what are we doing? Are we remembering the things that are necessary? Are we remembering, all right, the things that Edom want us to, man? All right, remembering the ways of life or remembering the ways of death? It's your choice. You choose. All right, like Moses said, choose ye this day, life or death. Come on. You say you got to preach?
Yeah, real quick.
Well, let me get by Yana.
Yeah, you've been holding
I've been skipping over. It's a lot.
This is First Maccabees 2:50. It says, "Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers."
That's right. Hey, had that fire about you, all right, towards the law. Now you know we can't do them all, but at least try. And if a brother could give me Judges chapter 5 and verse 11, all right, keep going.
Verse 51. "Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name."
And
Was not
if I can say, that's the premise of the whole video in a nutshell. I want to start where you started again and read it back over about the shop.
This is First Maccabees 2:50. "Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name."
That's right. Great honor in an everlasting name. Okay? Hey, I don't think Jake see the vision. All right? I don't think Jake really,
You don't understand the assignment.
he don't know the assignment. All right? Right now, hey, we peons, man. We just so mortal, man. Just trying to get by.
That's it.
All right?
That's all.
You don't want nothing better. But that's the difference between the spirit of a man of the Lord and a spirit that's following after that father the devil, Esau, Edom, man. All right, that's the difference. Hey, the men of the Lord gonna have that man, I shouldn't even be working, spirit on him.
But I have to.
I'm a king.
Yeah.
But I still gotta do what I need to do to ensure that
Because I'm a man.
that I'm able to do the work of the Lord.
That's
You can't
right.
do the work if you're homeless. But
Right.
if you, and it's possible. It is possible. Right? But you still gotta keep going in this society, man.
And the scripture also say, man, it's better to live the life it's better to die than to live the life of a beggar. At the end of the day, we're still men, man. Slaves are not, we're men, man. Nobody want to ask nobody else for nothing, man.
That's right.
All right, and that's not saying that out of pride, but the Lord, if you're able-bodied and you're able-minded, you should want to, even if you get paid minimum wage, man, go get that, man. Just get it. We men, man.
At the end of the day, you're a man. You know?
But hey, what happened after Adam? After Adam fell, man, the scripture said clearly, through your sweat, you have to work for your food, man. Come on, man.
That's right, brother.
And then for Eve, it was the not just that, but the desire of your husband. That's what you here for. Serve your husband. You understand? Man, she gotta be who she is, and we gotta be who we are. You understand?
That's right, brother.
And it is what it is. It ain't comfortable, but it gotta be done. You know, and it's different types of pride. A man going to work and being a man is not a swollen pride. That's not going against YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. All right? Nobody want no goddamn handouts, man.
Got a question, my man? Just listening. Hey, yeah, down at the main camp, I remember it. Go ahead.
Some quick accounts following verses 50 and 51. It says, was not Abraham found faithful in temptation and was imputed unto him for righteousness? Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. Phineas, our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. YAHAWASHI, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven. Ananias, Azarias, and Misael, by believing, were saved out of the flame. And the last two. Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. Fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung in worms.
That's right. Who was that ultimate sinful man? Right? The son of the wicked, man. Right? Hey, the son of perdition, Esau, Edom. The goddamn devil that the Bible speak of, man. The white man. Right? That's the sinful man. Hey, but like the brother had brought out, all of those different accounts, hey, those were rewards, okay, from standing stiffly for the Lord. Those were different, a variety of rewards that were given to different men for holding themselves as men of the Lord. You know, we got to remember those different things, you know. Judges, God, get that Judges, brother.
This is Judges chapter 5 and verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water.
Hey, one more time, had a lot going on now.
This is Judges chapter 5 and verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing waters.
Said they that are delivered, right, from the noise of the archers. What are those noise of the archers, man? That's the nuclear ICBM missiles, right? All right, to be delivered from that. Who are the only people, right, that are being spoken of in the scriptures that are going to be delivered from those things? It's only two sectors, right? You got the wicked, which they're being delivered for slavery, preserved for slavery.
The elect on both sides, man.
All right, yeah. The elect, you got a righteous elect and a wicked elect. They're the elect for slavery. All right, but then you also, what it's talking about right now, is talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. All right?
And it reads,
oh, one more. It said, the place of drawing waters. All right, and that represents servitude. All right? We're over here in captivity. It's not a rest place. We slaves, man. All right? Jake think he got a little something. He think he's somebody, man. You know? Jake, you ain't shit. You a slave.
At best.
All right? You didn't make it. Just because you can take a week vacation of, the Smoky Mountains or some shit like that. Panama. Man, you ain't make it. You ain't go nowhere, man. You still a slave when you come back. You still gotta come back and go to work. All right? But finish that one out for me, brother.
Back in Judges 5:11, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh.
That's right. They're gonna rehearse the righteous acts. Okay? We're gonna call to mind the acts of the scriptures, man. We're gonna call to mind the scriptures, the commandments. Right? We're gonna call to mind the scriptures in its fullness, not just a part here, right? We're gonna get the whole thing. We're gonna get the whole enchilada. You know? But you got certain men that pick certain things that they want to follow. Oh, I don't agree with eating pork and different abominations, but I'm gonna keep my dreadlocks. You know? Oh, I believe in what y'all saying, but I'm gonna still get my linings and shit. You know, nah. It says rehearsing the righteous acts. All of these things that are written in the scriptures, those are the righteous acts that we need to be rehearsing. You know? They had more on that, or that was it. Con. Go ahead, brother.
Just to back up what the brother Amulad read earlier out of Romans 8, going into how like all these things that we suffer right now is not to be compared to all the glory that blessing that we're going to receive in the kingdom, right? This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and I'm gonna start from verse 16. You got it, Doc.
Con.
You want to speak on it?
Go ahead.
All right. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and I'm gonna start from verse 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet our inward man is renewed day by day.
Hey, one more time.
God, 2 Corinthians 4:16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
That's right. Hey, we understand the end all be all, right? We understand the mission, the assignment. We know that, right? It said that we faint not, that we don't give up. Okay, being assured in this thing, that's really like the having that faith in these scriptures. That should be the forefront, man, right, of your walk. Because what are you walking to if you don't have faith in the things that are said, right? In the rewards, like the brother brought out in 2 Maccabees, you know, first Maccabees, the water. Keep going.
It says, verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
That's right. Right? These light afflictions that we go through, these things are nothing, man. Right? And for the most part, man, you got different jakes who feel like, damn, the world all on my shoulders, which, all right, some certain brothers, hey, really, at the end of the day, if a brother is going through something that may seem greater to you, right, that don't mean that it's his walk is greater than yours. He's just able to handle something of that magnitude. You know, we got different spirits, man. We ain't all right the same. It's all the same as far as all right what we believe in. But man, you got different brothers that's going through grand shit, right? And it might be small to them. Then you got certain brothers that's going through small shit that might be grand to them. Right? But ultimately, it's recognizing that no matter what affliction it is, it's not greater than the purpose that we're going through it for. Right? Keep going, brother.
It's the last verse. Verse 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal.
That's right.
But the things which are not seen are eternal.
And what that's going into, the kingdom of heaven, man. Those new bodies, all right? We haven't seen those things yet. You know, those things are going to come. But all of these things that we're going through right now, these things that we see, that shit going to be done away with. Especially here in Babylon the Great, man. This place is going to be an utter wasteland, all right? Totally destroyed. None of this shit that you striving for, right, in this wicked ass kingdom is gonna be here. We're not even taking these bodies on the chariots, man. You understand? Jake get caught up, you know. Oh, I gotta work out. I can't do the man. Hey, you spent. You can't even take this with you.
Toe up.
Yeah, you toe up, man. You could go to the gym after we do the vid. You know?
You don't have to after we do the bid.
Come on, man. You know, Jake gotta understand, right? What we into, man. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna keep saying that shit. Because somewhere they got somebody watching this video and still don't understand what we saying. And nevertheless, I ain't gonna really, you know, it is what it is. But you go ahead and read that, brother.
Just back you up on the new body. Right? It's 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. Right? It says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. That's right. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. All right, this is the point. It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. All right, and what the brother was going into on the new bodies, we need those bodies so we can be made immortal, man. All right, like you see these different Marvel characters. All right, what's the other one? DC comics. All of these superheroes that's written about, that's the elect, man.
Dragon Ball Z.
All right, Dragon Ball Z. All right, Black Adam. You know, this is what the elect gonna look like when we get new bodies, man. All right, immortal, incorruptible, man. All right, having the laws, the statutes, and commandments written on our inward parts. All right, well, in the, like the brother brought out, in the kingdom of heaven, man, establishing righteousness, ruling with a rod of iron. All right, it's verse 54.
If I can say, hey, it's necessary for us to get those new bodies, because what do these bodies produce? Sin.
Yeah.
Right? These bodies are hardwired to sin. That's what they do. These fleshly, weak ass vessels we have are made to sin, bro.
Yeah.
To cause a controversy with the spirit.
I got a precept to back you up too.
And it's necessary because what? In turn, that builds up the spirit. Right? These different lusts of the flesh that we endure, right? And that we go through, they are nothing more than tests. These bodies are tests for us, man. You know, because the spirit is righteous. The spirit in you is righteous, man. You know, but like you say, hey, the flesh is weak. Go ahead, brother.
Just to back you up, this is Romans 8:19. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of YAHAWASHI.
Hey, so like we went into earlier, man, one more time, read that one part about the creature. One more time.
For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of our power.
That's right. All of these living organisms, whether they germs, all the way down to the blue whale, from the smallest to the greatest, they're waiting for the manifestation, of the sons of Yahweh. Okay? They're waiting for things to be put in order. Even these other nations. Okay? These other nations, they have no inkling of it right now. Hey, but in due time, they're gonna understand that these are the people that need to be ruling the earth. No, hands down. They're gonna be put in situations where, like, damn, I ain't thinking that. I'm glad you over me. You know?
That's cool.
Go ahead.
And this the meat right here. For the creature, and that includes us.
That's right.
Creature, the root word of creature is create. No, basically creation. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope, man. All right. So as long as we're in these bodies, these low-level bodies, hey man, as much spirit as you have in you, you are subject to go off anytime. Soon as we leave you, brothers, as soon as you brothers, we depart from one another. You can go off. You will go off. You got it, brother. Hey, come on with that, man.
That just be bugging me out.
Man, you don't know purpose.
He do this in front of men, but that's a demon doing that, you know. But nah, hey, we sin daily, all right? That's why we need YAHAWASHI, man. That's why we need grace. That's right. Hey, if it was up to us, we'd be in a kingdom right now. You know, living it up, having our wives and all right, making that great nation stem from one man, okay? Putting these heathen in subjection, if we could, but it's not up to us, man. All right? It says in what? In hope. What it said at the end?
But by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope.
YAHAWAH. All right? YAHAWAH, hey man, I don't have children, right? But I know, I remember growing up, my daddy put me in a certain situation just to see how I fell out. You know, just to see how I'll do. Okay? Now he know I got it in me, but I didn't, you know, we all have been through this. You don't know you capable of what he's trying to bring out you. You don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Got limited understanding.
That's right. It's the same thing with YAHAWAH. All right? YAHAWAH, he know what he put in us. Okay? He know that. He know, like it said in our second Esdras. Hey, the elect was sanctified from the beginning. So he already know what he put in us. He just wants to have that satisfaction of, damn, you know, I taught that boy that. You know what I'm saying?
And not just that, that's our father. So he's like, that's
right.
my boy.
That's my boy.
Hey, and what you saying, you know, that's going back to the book of Job. Job wasn't on Satan's radar. I mean, Job was not on Satan's radar. YAHAWASHI suggested that.
That's right.
It's like, have you considered my servant Job? And
That's right.
Like, yeah, why didn't you mention it? No. But you got a hedge of protection around him. And shit. But he know what was in. He know what let's just say this. I'm not gonna say he know what he put into him, but that's what it's going to. He know that Job was an elect man, and he know what he created. He know what he created. I'm gonna say that.
He had faith in his creation. He knew, all right, hey, he gonna handle that the proper way.
Got that.
He got this, you know.
His wife, not so much. Yeah. But he got this.
Hey, but that's, you know, that's a beautiful point, man. We were putting these bodies, these chains of darkness, okay, to bring out that spiritual, you know, that through these the test of life, man. Right? Through the hour of temptation, right? That's gonna bring that immortal out of us, you know. And then we gonna get it when YAHAWASHI come back, you know. All these different things we going through. That's the Lord stoking up that immortality in us. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna finally give it to us, man. That's slavery right there.
It's two-time losing, man.
Go ahead, brother.
Back up what y'all brothers were just saying. There's 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and 13. It says, therefore, had no temptation taking you, but such as common to man.
That's
All
right. You want to speak on it, please?
Got it.
Hey, it's nothing that we going through that ain't never been went through.
Exactly.
It's nothing that we going through that have never been went through. All right? We didn't, you know, sometimes you'll get in a situation like, damn, I'm fucked up. You know, but you also gotta remember that, which is the premise of this video. Hey, somebody else, hey, probably a brother somewhere off around the four corners of the earth. He probably going through the same shit at the same time as me.
Ain't
right
probably
now.
about it, brother.
Yeah, kind. Ain't no
Because
problem.
it said it's not. I mean, read it again. It's not coming to man. I mean, you know, read it up.
God, it says there had no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man.
So you're not the only one that's going through it. And when you understand that you're not the only one that's going through it, it makes it easier. And I'm gonna be honest, like the scripture said. You look at the prophets that came before you and how they made it through. And I'm gonna tell you, man, when you look at the things that King David went through, all right, he was a king, and he got to the point to where he was a fugitive. Then he had that that dude cursing at him and throwing rocks at him, that was a fucking commoner, man. Can you imagine being a king and then have a commoner curse at you and throw rocks at you? Then you had Job. He was a well-to-do man, all right? He was a millionaire more than likely, all right? And he was stripped down to nothing, all right? Like Eddie Murphy said on Life. Man, he put me down to my socks.
If I may add, in that account you're speaking of with King David, hey, his mighty men wanted to handle that business.
Nah, but he was spiritual.
But what he told them,
Yeah,
y'all just stay y'all hand.
that's right.
This is the Lord doing this to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the same shit we supposed to say when we go through shit, man.
Hey, but his forehead did not go down to his grave in peace. The one that threw that stuff at it, I want to say Solomon took care of that for him, right? Because his judgment was to basically put that guy on house arrest. And I think that dude left his house, and he you know, through the decree of David, he got him back. Even though he didn't get him back in his lifetime, he got him back. And they go through the spirit. It's bigger than us. You don't got to fight your battles, man.
Being that there was Solomon, you know, through the spirit, Solomon is YAHAWASHI.
Right.
So, man.
You just made them scratch their heads.
Yeah,
Vengeance is the Lord.
if you can receive it through the spirit, YAHAWASHI vengeance.
I was shy of vengeance.
That's right.
You know, that's heavy, bro. That's heavy. We gotta start looking at the things in the spirit, man, more often than how we doing it now. Right? That's applies to myself and every other brother out there. You know, there's certain situations that we go through on our day-to-day lives that we could have thought more spiritually and had a better outcome. We just didn't recognize it. You just pray to the Lord, hey, Lord, may I recognize these battles and have the spiritual ammunition, all right? Going back to what? To remembering the scriptures, all right? To allow me to get fortified my spirit and endure this. See? Got more?
It's it said, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. All right. So with these temptations, with these things that try you, all right, the Lord, he already has put the spirit on you, just like the brother Yediah was saying earlier. All right, he know what you can handle. He know what you can't handle. All right. It says, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So that's light at the end of the tunnel, man. All right, the Lord has already made the way for you to escape that light affliction. All right, that situation that tried you, man. All right, he's already made the way for you to escape it.
Right.
So you can bear it, so you can endure it.
Hey, man, your escape route was made before your trial was made.
Exactly. Really from the beginning of time, as was stated in the second Ezra.
Yeah.
The elect was sealed from the beginning. So that consists of what? Everything that you went through in your past lives and that you will go through in your present life, man. All the outcomes and different things that you're gonna do, that was already, it was made for you to do that. You know?
What's going on over there? Hey, bro, don't bring something to do. But this is the time we coming into. This is not he looked like he just got caught stealing cookies. I wasn't doing nothing. You fucking weirdo.
Let him pass by, man. He a freak. Come on, brother.
That's the fact what y'all was saying about the Lord. He already knew what he created in Job, and he knew, you know, the exact amount of tribulation to put on him, man. And Job represents the prophets.
That's right.
It's Sirach chapter 17, verse 21. But Yahweh, being gracious and knowing his workmanship, neither left nor forsook them, but spared them. Right, we're the Lord's workmanship. All right, going back to Ephesians, the 2nd chapter. So the Lord, knowing what he made, he knew. That's why he said, have you considered my servant Job? Because he knew there was nothing that Satan could do that could overthrow Job's faith, because faith was created in the womb by YAHAWASHI.
That's right, brother. Hey, that's super heavy, man. You know? Lord not gonna just put the world on your goddamn shoulders and say, all right, now deal with it.
I got a precept too.
I had a quick one too after he died.
Go ahead, you guys.
All right, I'm still in Romans 8:21. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of our power.
The bondage of corruption. What that's going into? These bodies, man. And we are corrupting these bodies. Right? These bodies are corrupt. I don't care how much muscle you got packed on you. I don't care how tall you is or how much fruits and vegetables you eat. Man, you got a corruptible body on you, man. You ain't immortal yet. All right? Your ass ain't immortal yet. Go ahead, read it one more time, a lot.
All right, brother. Verse 21, Romans the 8th chapter. Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI.
Now, hey, all of Israel, they gonna get new bodies
Eventually, yeah.
eventually, though. Right? Eventually. Once the 2/3 no death by pain. That's right. All right. Once they go through that death by pain, all right, then they gonna get reborn, all right, through reproduction, just to get that out there. You got some Israelites that believe that won't be sex in the kingdom of heaven. All right. Now we can go to a slew of precepts that support that, man. All right. But hey, 2/3 will come back through the loins of righteous men, through the loins, all right, of the elect. Okay? And through that, they're gonna get what? Those new bodies. All right.
They're going to enter into the second covenant.
That's right.
Which is to come.
That's
after
right.
we're delivered out of Egypt again.
That's right.
The first covenant didn't come into fruition until we were delivered out of Egypt.
That's right.
Simpletons.
No. Now, I think it's you. Huh? Somebody, it's you, huh?
Good. This Sirach 2 and 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
That's right, man. Hey, take it cheerfully. Hey, somebody grab that one in Hebrews that you got that? No doubt.
It's Hebrews 12 and 6. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
That's right.
And scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
That's right. Hey, the Lord gonna scourge his sons to do what? To correct them. We just went through, all right, Romans 8, which that's a beautiful chapter. I love that chapter, man. But hey, it's going into the corruption of these bodies, man. Okay? We know we gonna go off. And you don't expect no correction? Right? If you know we gonna go off and you don't expect to get corrected, most times when Jay do some fucked up shit or some bad shit, they know what's coming after that. You know, you ain't just about to go rob a bank and not expect, you know, the option of jail to come in there. Nah, so the same thing with these bodies.
And that's why when they hit a lick, they call something called laying low.
Yeah.
Because they expect ramifications for
That's
the
right.
things that they've done, you know?
We gotta expect a recompense just for being in these bodies, you know. Hey, we going through different afflictions, not just for the sins of this time, but for the sins that we've done in the past life, man. Right? So you gotta expect these different things. You gotta expect to be chastised by the Lord. Okay, that's expected of the men of the Lord. Go ahead.
What's coming?
It says, Hebrews 12 and 7, if ye endure chastising, the Most High dealeth with you as sons.
That's right.
For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
A bastard.
Yeah.
All right. You know, because look, check this out. I've watched other men chastise their sons, and the son would either do one or two things: adhere to the chastisement, take his punishment the proper way, okay, or completely avert from it. And then what is that going to provoke the father to do?
Bring the hammer down even more, for the most part.
As much, because even that's just going to, you know, be for a numbered amount of times. You're not going to be, man, it's a waste of my time to chastise him anymore. You know, he ain't going to get it right.
In the ancient days, they'll bring them to the elders and they'll put them down.
Yeah, you'll get put down if you don't want to get your mind together. Of course, we can't do that to this day, but you know, hey, it's man, and that's how the Lord look at 2/3, right? The Lord look at 2/3 like, man, what it's saying, I think that's Isaiah when it say,
I was thinking that too.
kind of, though I stricken them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Should you be stricken
Matter of fact,
anymore?
Kind of grab it, grab
Yeah,
it.
come on now.
Because that go into what? The chastisement of the Lord. You know? Man, look at how he go chastise 2/3 too, because what? They are Israelites. They are his
Isaiah
children.
1 and 5.
Go ahead.
got it right here. Let me see. The point is in verse 5. Mind if I start at verse 3?
Okay. How you gonna do it?
Yep,
Right.
verse 3.
Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
Now, what is a ass and an ox? Right? A donkey and of course an ox, man. Those two animals are two of the most stubborn animals on the face of the planet Earth, man. Right? They're
And they,
stubborn.
and they buck when correction comes to them.
That's right.
When you correct them, they'll try to kick you in the damn head, man.
That's right.
Or you try to pull them left, they'll pull right.
And the Lord likened Israel unto that. Of course, 2/3 of Israel to that, man. Okay? Now keep going.
God, it says, verse 4, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are going away backward.
That's right. Hey, and it wasn't just one time they did this, wicked deed. No. Time after time after time after time, right? Israel went off, man. Okay? Israel went off. That's why I'm gonna let you finish it. I'm gonna break it down there. Great.
This verse 5, Isaiah 1, verse 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore?
That's right.
You
Why-
will, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
It says, you will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint.
That's right, brother. These people, though we in captivity, the worst captivity known to the history of man, right? They still revolting more and more. Right? The difference between the 1/3 and the 2/3 is what? The 1/3 recognize, damn, we fucked up. We are fucked up as a people. Right? They recognize when the Lord extended his hand, okay, to pull them back up, pull them back to him. All right. But our people, what? They turn more and more from the Lord. Man, you got, look at these jakes, man. These motherfuckers transformers, all right? Decepticons, robbers, killers, all right? Our people doing worse. And the Lord is showing himself more and more. Y'all going the opposite way of the Lord. Go ahead.
So Jeremiah 5 and 23 to back you up. But this people have a revolting and a rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone.
And gone. Spit. Right? They revolted and spent, man. That's 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They all spent. And don't get it twisted. We was all spent too. We was all gone as well. Right? But through that chastising, what happened? We were brought back to the Lord. Right? And then we did what? Tying it back to the beginning of the lesson. Remembered. You see? But nah, your brothers want to bring some out with it.
Just backing up the point that Brother Yediah just made. Is Jeremiah 4, verse 22. It says, for my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are Sodom's children. All right, when you go to the word Sodom, it means stupid. Man, the Lord called you stupid, man. First he made the parable of you being likened into an ox and an ass, which is, like the brother brought out, one of the most hard-headed animals. All right, and then he called you stupid. All right, retarded, man. Yeah. He said they have none understanding. So especially you 2/3, man, you have none understanding on what's going on in the world. All right, and you have none understanding when it comes to this truth, man, in scriptures, man. It says they are wise to do evil but to do good they have no knowledge. You know, and it's like the brother said, man, you're wise to do evil. All right, just the camp, the whole video has been going into Memorial Day. All right, that's wise to you. All right, to just like a replay every year. You do the same shit, man.
Can't get right.
Can't get right. Easter, Memorial Day, 4th of July. Can't forget about Juneteenth. You know, can't forget about Juneteenth, man.
That's
All
a
right.
retard day. That day, bro, Juneteenth, that goes into the slaves didn't even know they were slaves. It just goes to show the ignorance of these people. Revolted and gone, man. You out there still being a slave after the Emancipation Proclamation has been established throughout the earth, man. I hate those so-called Black History holidays. I hate them, bro, because it's a smudge and a rub in your face.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta tell me all that. I can bring up your history too, white boy.
Yeah, right. That's right, bro. And just like the scripture said, it's just wise for evil, man. Because we got the truth, so we actually know the history behind the holidays that you actually bring out, the little shit that you actually do try to give to you so-called Black people. All right, which are the Israelites, man. All right, got it, bro.
Hey, going into that wise to do evil, man, you got niggas on YouTube showing you how to stuff the catfish with the crawfish, and you know what I'm saying, making a abomination bomb, like, you know what I'm saying, wrapped in bacon, and then, you know, that's for the barbecue niggas who about to get busy, all right, on this Memorial Day. These wicked ass niggas, man, about to go do it too. Hey, but you got these young niggas out here, man. Them niggas gonna get the biggest cigars. They gonna put the cigars together to make it longer. You know, they gonna put the lean in the refrigerator, in the freezer. They want it cold. Man, these men are wise to do evil, man.
Esau introduce it, and Jake take it to the next level.
Hey, you even got these niggas who ain't pay attention, none in school, installing switches on any kind of gun known to man.
Because Jake not dumb at the end of the day.
Come
Now,
on,
we joke about Jake. Let's be honest. We joke about Jake and we talk about 2/3. Jake is not a dumb being. And that's why the scripture said they're wise to do evil. The things that he used his brilliant brain to do has nothing to do with the scriptures. But he's not a dumb being, man.
That's right.
Any system that's implemented upon the face of the earth, he knows how to tweak it. Let's just say tweak it.
Yeah.
He's the number one scammer.
Finesse.
He knows how to that's it. Finesse. You know how to finesse it, man. But the scriptures tell you that. People don't know what the scripture's going into, like you just brought up. Wise to do evil. But if you give him a spelling test or a history test, he gonna fail it.
Yeah.
But when you get back to your car, it's gonna be sitting on blocks.
That's a beautiful thing, brother. Beautiful analogy that you brought out, man. Go ahead, bring your pre out, brother.
So Jeremiah 5:28. They are waxing fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. And that's like going into how Jake, they surpass these heathens with their deeds. Like they're more wicked, they're doing more wickedness than Esau himself. They've surpassed the wicked.
Right.
That's heavy,
right, bro.
And what do a father do? A father want his son to do what? To surpass him. You don't want him to stop at his level. And what the scriptures say about 2/3 of our people, man.
You're of your father the devil.
That's right. So the devil taught them perfectly how to be wicked. So what you see out here is how Esau Edom, he taught his wicked ass children, all right, how to prevail him in wickedness, man. And he got damn proud of it. He making money, all right? The light off of him of being wicked, you see? And then he on a spiritual level, all right, he afflicting Israel more. So this devil couldn't be more happier. You know? I think grab that from
It's Baruch chapter 2 and verse 28. And thou speakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel.
That's right.
Saying, verse 29, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations.
He said, what? Surely. All right? Surely. That's a sure thing. Okay? That the nation of Israel will be turned to what? A small nation. What?
It says, where I will scatter them. Verse 30, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
That's right. All right? Look at our people. They stiff-necked, hard-headed. All right? You could beat these niggas as much as you want. They ain't gonna turn right. Look at our women. All right? Keep going, brother.
And it reads, but in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
Did we not remember ourselves? All right? Are we not walking in the ways of the ancient? Okay? This is what the Lord asked us to do, man. All right? We was all gangsters and robbers, killers. All right? You got men who out here that sold dope. All right? But through the power and the spirit of YAHAWASHI, we didn't turn right. Right. All right? You know, you got different men who was credit card scammers and working for these big old companies, all right? That's further oppressing our people, okay? But through the power and spirit of the Lord, all right, we heard his call. When he knocked on the door, we let him in, all right? Come on, keep going, brother.
It's verse 31, Baruch 2 and 31.
Okay, one more thing. It says, in the land of their captivity, okay? Which further prove that the Israelites are what? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Are we not in captivity? Yes. All right? That's a prophecy that has been fulfilled. We remember ourselves. All right? Keep going, brother.
Baruch 2 and 31. And shall know that I am the Lord, their power.
That's right. And it's not up for grabs who the Lord is. Is it Jesus Christos? Is it Caesar Borgia? All right, is it Yeshua? Is it Yahuwah? No, it's YAHAWASHI. All right, Yahawah, why YAHAWASHI, man? All right, that's a sure thing with us. We know that. All right, we not wavering on that. Okay, keep going, brother.
And it reads, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear.
That's right. The Lord have changed the hearts of his elect. Okay, he have changed the mindset of his elect. He gave them ears to hear, and it's gonna go into it. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 32. And they shall praise me in the land of their captive.
That's right.
Captivity. And think upon my name.
That's right. We think upon that name. We have that name. All right. And I'm gonna say it again. The name of the Lord is Yahawah, right? His holy son, that's ignorantly called Jesus Christ. His name is YAHAWASHI, okay? He delivers, all right? Not no goddamn Jesus Christ.
IUIC.
All right? It says what we was going to think on his name. You know, they ain't think upon Jesus Christ. They was given that. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Oh, Shalawam. Go ahead. Make a point. I'll finish it.
Okay, I just wanted to make a quick point. When you go into the history of like the name Jesus Christ, if you start with the first letter, the English alphabet of the letter J, it wasn't invented until what, the 1500s?
That's right.
The late 1400s maybe. So before that, it was what was it? Jesus. Was it Christos?
Yes.
Jesus Christos, man. So if the name just constantly change and it's the same language, then that obviously shows you that it has to go back to a root. It has to go back to somewhere ancient, man. You know, and in the Paleo Hebrew is what YAHAWASHI spoke. All right, he spoke. What was it? What's that in Luke? But he called out to Saul in the Hebrew tongue, man. In Acts, Salak in Acts. You know, YAHAWASHI spoke Hebrew during the Roman captivity. the Israelites were speaking Hebrew, man. They spoke Hebrew, Greek, all right, Latin,
That's right.
you know.
That's what was written on those are languages that was written on YAHAWASHI, yeah, on the cross.
Jakes, man, you just don't have no knowledge for the good things, man, to go back and actually research just the simple things like the name, man. You know? Got it, bro.
Done. Keep going on that.
Done.
They can research how to hotwire a goddamn key though.
Yeah.
They can do that.
With an iPhone charger.
Yeah.
Who the fuck think of that, brother? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know? Man, he's like that brother, like the scripture the brother had brought out, man. Hey, our people have surpassed the wicked, all right, in their deeds, man. You know? And you see it. Our people running around like chickens with their fucking head cut off, man, committing all sorts of abominations. Right? You look at the alphabets of the world, man. You look at Jake, right? Look at the alphabet group. Look at the Decepticons of Jake, man. Motherfucker, damn near this tall, right? Motherfucker got the braids up top. You know what I'm saying? With lipstick and heels on, man. What?
Like they got that whole club in Atlanta. I don't know if you've seen that on Instagram, but it's a whole man, I'm highly vexing, brother. I mean, you just keep scrolling. But it's a whole club out there in Atlanta, which is like the capital, all right, for sodomy for you Jakes. And it's just full of Jake. Jake 6'5", 6'6", you know, strong, and just like in the club looking for other men, man.
Free the ice.
Yeah.
That's Lord. That's a good one right there, brother.
White Howard,
Free the ice, man.
White Howard looking niggas.
Yeah, the White House, LeBron James looking ass niggas is out there looking for other men.
That really might be the white man. You know? Hey, but the beautiful part is this. That big chastisement coming. When the nuclear missiles come down, right? When the Lord release, right, his hammer of the earth, right? Esau Edom, he putting you niggas to death. That's when a big chastisement comes. Because you wouldn't take this small chastisement, right? That we're going through. This small, right? The little shit we go through, okay? Hey, they finna get the big whipping with the big belt, right? They about to get fucked up, man. Yeah. Got a little bit more on that.
This is Baruch chapter 2 and verse 33. And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers.
That's right. All right. We shall remember, the elect gonna remember the way of their fathers, man. All right. Remembering, all right, that how we supposed to uphold ourselves as Israelites. Okay. Remembering the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. Return it. Going back on that old path, man. Okay. Keep going, brother.
And it reads, with sin before the Lord.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers.
That's right. And we going, contrary to popular belief, right? The Israelites will return back to their homeland, okay? After it's all said and done, right? After the destruction, because that place must be purged, right? That place gotta be purged. Those Amalekites over there, man, they doing some wild things over there, man. You know, openly.
Perverse.
They are a perverse people. All right? Keep reading, brother.
And it reads, Baruch 2 and 33, and return from Shalakia. Verse 34, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
What did he return to? I didn't get that part.
Read it.
This is Baruch 2 and 34, I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath.
No, go to return. Read 33.
Okay.
Go to 33.
This is Baruch 2 and 33. And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord.
And that's going into rap culture, okay, which is really this whole black culture thing. That's really a death culture to our people, okay. They don't recognize the Lord, all right. This is anything other than following the law, statutes, and commandments, all right, following the God of the Bible, all right, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's wickedness, okay. It's a poison to our people to do anything other than deal with the scriptures, all right, because as we brought out earlier, the law, statutes, and commandments, they are life unto his people. Come, let me finish out on him.
And this is Baruch 2 and 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
And they shall be lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished.
That's right. Hey, because we're not gonna be captives anymore. We're never going into slavery again. All right. We will be the lords of the earth, okay, under YAHAWASHI and under King David. All right. Keep going, brother.
Verse 35. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power.
An everlasting covenant. All right. When the Lord make that covenant with us, all right, it's never gonna be broken. Okay. We're gonna have the new bodies, all right. We're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. So there's no way it can be broken. You see? Keep going, brother.
And they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them.
Because think about it. All throughout the scriptures, the Lord have pushed Israelites out of the land of Israel because of what? Wickedness. Idolatry. All right? Spiritual adultery. You see? We are espoused to the Lord. We are his people. It's not the other way around. Okay? Contrary to popular belief, the Israelites of the Bible are your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? We have a power. We have the power of the living. All right? Not Buddha. All right? Not Jesus Christ. Okay? Not Allah. All right? The power of the Bible. Okay? The God of the Bible. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's our power. You got more in that, brother? Oh, that was it? It jumped around. Go ahead, brother. Mike. He was on.
All right. I'm gonna come behind this brother with the beautiful precepts to back it up. This is 2 Chronicles 30 and 8. Now be ye not stiff-necked as your fathers were.
That's right.
But yield yourselves unto the Lord, and enter into his sanctuary, which he hath sanctified forever, and serve the Lord your power. That's the key point, that the fierceness of his wrath may turn away from you.
That's
so,
right.
You got it out?
Hey, learn from their mistakes, because really and truly it says, read the first part for me, Babakashan. Yeah.
All right, let me read it again. 2 Chronicles 30 and 8. I know what you want. Now be ye not stiff-necked.
That's right. Keep going.
As your fathers were.
That's right. And if you can receive it, you are your fathers. All right. We made those same mistakes that we're reading about, that we read about these different, great men of the Bible, that fell, that were pushed out of the land of Israel. Okay. We were those men. We made mistakes. All right. But this is the time to right your wrongs, man. Okay. It says go to the just go through with it. I want to hit that latter part of that verse.
Okay. And enter into his sanctuary, which ye have sanctified forever, and serve the Lord your power, that the fierceness of his wrath may turn away from you.
That's right. All right. Learn from your mistakes. That's really what it's going into, man. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from the mistakes of Israel. Okay? Of old. All right? Because ultimately, that's what the elect gonna do. They're gonna learn. Hey, the Lord gave the elect the spirit to say, you know what? Damn, we done all of this. At some point, we gotta make a stop to this shit.
Yes, yes.
All right. And he also put that spirit on the elect to understand that it's now time. We can't wait. No, you got to do this now, man. All right. The Lord put that spirit on those men. Okay. You got a little bit more. That was it.
That's it. Beautiful.
Anybody got a precept?
I got one.
Anything? I got some.
This who going?
Go ahead.
Oh, this is we probably brought this out if we did not bring it out again. The spirit. It's Ephesians 4:22 that ye put off concerning the former conversations, the old men.
That's right. That old man putting that off. Okay. Like I went into earlier, you got brothers that was doing a slew of wickedness in the world, man. What we all was. Okay. Whether it was blue collar, nigga shit, or just being, a regular Babylonian. That was wickedness. All right? Putting that off. Putting that, building yourself up as really allowing the Lord to build you up as a man of the Lord. Okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, if I can add to you, you repeat it again, Art?
This is Ephesians 4:22 that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
Conversation.
In the blue letter?
Yeah. Yeah, because ultimately, man, when you come into this truth, you actually have a zeal to understand this wisdom and this knowledge. The Lord requires you to change, man. All right, He requires you to change the ways that you were in the world. All right, your actual character, man. All right, the way that you were in the world, you can't be like that in the truth.
That's right.
It said.
Say concerning.
Mm-hmm. No. Conversation.
Oh, slide.
I think that's anastrophe.
I just want to double check and see. Is it anastrophe? Yeah, kind.
Yep.
Yeah, so that word conversation is your anastrophe. All right, it says put off the old conversation. So put off the old behavior, man. All right, the way you carry yourself. All right.
It says anastrophe. It's G391, anastrophe. It says outline of biblical usage, manner of life, conduct, behavior.
Yeah, your conduct, your behavior, your manner of life, man. Put all of that off. All of that has to be changed to come and serve the Lord, man.
If Jake I want to say this, man. Jake, all right, Jake will expect him if he find a woman he choose to deal with. He expect her to, hey, don't wear them skirts that show your ass no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't go out there looking like a harlot. Don't be out partying in them clubs. Right? Don't be talking crazy to me.
Right.
Talk to me with respect. But they don't think to consider, hey, if we're likened unto women to the Lord, right, we got to do that same thing, because spiritually we was out here harlots and in the same fashion, man. And that's if you really want to get into it, get to the meat of the matter, hey, we can't be that way for a reason. It's the same thing gonna happen. It's gonna be America all over again in the kingdom.
Exactly.
Just ran by niggas.
Yep.
So, hey, with that being said, hey, gotta put that old man off and put that heavily anastrophe on. Yeah, a little bit more on it.
It says, start from the top, Ephesians 4:22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
That's right. It's corrupt according to the deceitful lusts. Right? Look at the different things that Jake lusts for, man. Right? Those things are abominations, man, to the Lord. Jake be lusting after some wild shit, you know, some off shit, man. Right? And thanks to Hamawad, he taught me, hey, there's righteous lusts, right? When you come in this thing, we start the lust for what? The kingdom of heaven, righteousness, to be out of captivity. You see? Go ahead.
It's like Yahweh, to back you up, Yahawashi said in Matthew 5, blessed be they that hunger and thirst for righteousness. That's right. Just back you up.
And that's going into lusting for the what? The kingdom to come, man.
That's right, man.
And you're in your right mind when you do that. Look around, man. And even the times that we lust for wickedness, like the scripture said, it's unwillingly. And if you fulfill that lust, you feel like a piece of shit afterwards, man. You got it, right?
Only the elect gonna feel like a piece of shit out. You know? And that's the beauty of it. Because the Lord allowed like these different demons. Yeah, this nigga here, brother. The Lord, he'll allow these different demons to tempt you and to go forward that temptation just to show you like, damn, I'm tripping. Right? I gotta tighten up on this. That's a missing link in my armor. That's a chink in my armor.
I gotta beat this.
You see? Yeah. I gotta, get up on that, man. He'll allow those things. And then what happens? You learn to not let that thing affect you no more in the same way that it did. Because that thing gonna keep coming back and back. That's right. And until that demon say, well, shit, Lord, I can't get him with this one.
Right.
I gotta try another way.
You got a scripture in the Bible that says, resist the devil, and he shall flee from you. And that's twofold. That's going into the actual devil, and it also going into spirituality. And I'm gonna say this: that's kind of not going into the actual devil. You resist Esau gonna still come, but that's going into spirit. Yeah, he is. That's going into spiritual things. Okay, that's going into different lusts, different things that you have to battle. Man, you get rid of one battle that you've been dealing with, and you like, man, yeah, I did that. Come on, kingdom. A month later, you got a bigger mountain to conquer, man. Hey, man, and it's perpetual, and that's why the scriptures say what? He who when it's talking about being saved, bro, you gotta do this thing until the end. You don't know if you saved until the end. Man, I done conquered this, I done conquered that, I done did this, I done did that. You're not in the right spirit. Right. You got this. I'm talking about you could have done everything that you're supposed to do and fell out of the truth of 30 days before the Lord come back, and you was never in the truth, man. Straight up. Bro, this battle is perpetual until YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI delivers us out of it, man. And like the brother brought out earlier, everybody going through it. You ain't special. You ain't different. You're special and different from the world, but you ain't special and different from your brothers. Got it right?
Yeah, if I could add, Jake be like that war is me spirit.
Fuck out of here.
Like, bro, everybody going through some shit, man. Family members, women, children, it don't even matter at this point. We just trying to get out of here, man. That's it. That's all we're trying to do. What'd you say?
Spirit world of the chariot.
Yeah.
Whichever one come first.
Yep.
Ready to do this shit.
Back in finishing off that Ephesians 4:23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
In the spirit of your what?
In the spirit of your mind. Verse 24, and that ye put on the new man, which is after YAHAWAH, is created in righteousness and true holiness. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. We've been transformed by renewing of our mind. All right, through the Rakakodas, the Holy Spirit. All right, and we're coming in righteousness. Okay, and we enduring, and the Lord willing, we are the hope elect. All right, and we are that number. So we coming in righteousness and boldly going to the throne, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, to be delivered. You got it, brother.
Hey, beautiful, brother. Beautiful point.
Right. It's Romans 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world,
but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. Right. You're supposed to be transformed in your mind, man. You can't be that same person you were when you found out you were Israelite. You know, you smoking weed, watching videos, you got a playlist full of just freakism, okay? You have to actually put those things off and put the truth first, man. This is supposed to be your first priority. And the more you read the scriptures, the more you're around brothers, the more you're going to loathe that old man instead of loathing the commandments.
Right. Hey, you heard that bell to what you just said? Message.
That's true.
You know, Jay gotta, and we gonna close up in a few, right? Jay gotta understand, man. This requires change. Okay, you better be comfortable with being uncomfortable in this thing of ours, man. Right. You know, Jake don't consider how much change is necessary. He come in, you hear brothers like, "Hey, brother, you ain't gonna be able to do this and that and that," right? But then you get so far down the line, and you start to realize, and you hear it from people in the world, "Damn, man, you done changed." You know, and they start going into the different avenues. Right. The change that we must endure is greater than what we expected in our minds, right? And it's greater than what we even see right now. You know, man, and as long as you stay in this thing and actually put forth your best effort, hey, you changing daily, man. You know, as long as you remembering and meditating.
So we die daily.
Yeah, daily. That's right, brother. We die daily, man, on this side, man. And that's necessary, right? Come.
This Baruch chapter 4, verse 27. It says, "Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High,
That's right.
so being returned, seek him 10 times more."
That's right. Hey, the Lord is saying, he gonna remember, man. He gonna remember us from remembering him.
Yeah.
Okay. He not gonna remember you from remembering fucking Memorial Day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get them fresh pair of shoes because Memorial Day Monday. Nah, he not gonna. He really pushing you away. You know what I'm saying? But, go ahead, get your precept, and then we gonna end on this, brother.
Just to back you up with two things you said about re-accounting the things that we used to be, you know, how we used to be in the past, and also being thankful for that change. This is the testimony of Apostle Paul in 1 Timothy 1, and I'm going to start at 12, and this is in the NLT. It says, "I thank YAHAWASHI, Mashiach, our Lord, who has given me strength to do his work. He considered me trustworthy and appointed me to serve him, even though I used to blaspheme the name of Hamashiach. In my insolence, I persecuted his people, but the Most High had mercy on me because I did it in ignorance and unbelief. Oh, how generous and gracious our Lord was. He filled me with faith and love that come from Hamashiach Yahushua. This is a trustworthy saying, and everyone should accept it. Hamashiach Yahushua came into the world to save the sinners, and I am the worst of them all."
Hey, Apostle Paul, he persecuted the men of the Lord, right? He persecuted the church, okay? And look at the mercies that the Lord gave him, right? He allowed him to come back and go change far beyond what he even expected. It's like we was going into, man. All right? But any closing statements? We about to get up out of here, you know? All right, so without any further ado, hey, we hope that this lesson has been edifying. All right, we're gonna give all glory, honors, and praise unto
YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahushua, bahasham.
Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, hey, and a Baba Ball, man.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Yashara.
Next time.
Shalom.